Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Man, how's everybody doing this evening?
Thank y'all for holding us down. I haven't even checked each in the chat because I'm doing by phone tonight. So I haven't checked in the chat to see who has chimed in. But
Yes.
I bet good old faithful Rundle was the first one.
Yes. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Renee, Brenda, Janine. Good evening, ladies. Make sure to like and share the video, please.
We appreciate all you guys so very much. And for those of you that are on here, um, on our Facebook group, Uncensored Mind, we have over 200 likes. So grateful for that. So grateful. But we only have 15 following us. And I'd like to ask you all to please go back in. If you are not already following us, please hit the follow button. Please encourage your friends and your family to follow us because our follows need to go up as well as we know that your loyal appearance is there anyway. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. It's getting cold here, East, so I
Yeah.
know it must be getting even colder up your
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's getting chillier up this end, and we got a little rain today, so this weather is kind of up and down on this end, and making us Philly people feel it. We feeling it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, we had some great weather today. It was very nice outside today, but as soon as the sun go down, then that's when it hits.
yeah.
But tonight we have a great show in store for you guys. We didn't choose a color this week, but I chose my own color. As you will see, I am wearing purple. And purple is the color for abuse awareness, which we just will be touching on tonight because October is Abuse Awareness Month. So, with that, I'm going to go into my affirmation. And I decided to choose some affirmations that would be good for victims of domestic abuse. The first one I have, it is safe to need and ask for help. Anytime you're going through that, you have no idea that it is safe because you've been brainwashed to believe that it's dangerous to ask for help, but it is safe. The next affirmation, your needs, feelings, and emotions are valid. Let no one tell you different. No one is fighting that battle but you. So they have no right to dictate to you how your emotions should be. No one. So always remember whatever you feel is valid. How you were treated was not your fault. It was not my fault. It is not our shame to carry. Never, ever, ever be ashamed of what you went through. Never be ashamed if you're living in it. Don't let anyone shame you to say you should have got out again. No one's fighting that battle but you. You dictate how you feel. You know it's not your shame to carry once you come up out of that because you will come up out of it. And last but not least, you conquer a huge battle, but don't forget you're gonna have many more wars to fight. But always remember that past battle has built that armor, so you can face any war. And what I mean by war is because you're gonna have those very things that I just spoke of. People trying to validate how you should feel. People telling you that it wasn't that bad. You fought that battle. You are fighting that battle, and you can win that battle. Now wear your purple and pride, girlfriend, and let's come on have a good time tonight.
Yes, that was great. Thank you, KD. All right, giving us that motivation that we need. Anybody that may be in that situation or dealing with something like that, just know you are not alone. You are not
Never,
alone.
ever.
Well, what's up? I see all the purple hearts in the chat. Good evening, ladies. Thank you for joining us tonight.
All
Thank you,
right,
KD.
ladies. All right. And as I said, we do have a great show tonight. Shit starters coming through tonight, right, y'all?
Yes,
I'm a
yes.
little bit scared. I'm not going to even lie.
Listen, he gonna have to take it easy on us tonight, man. He gonna have to take it easy on us tonight. Now,
Hey.
What's
hey,
up, Nell?
Nothing too much. Welcome to episode 102, Uncensored Minds. Thank y'all for who are out there for joining us. It's been a week, but we're here, live and direct. So let's get right into the icebreaker question of the day. As Karen D so eloquently put in her affirmation, and also rocking on the purple. Do you know the signs of domestic violence? Purple represents Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And as we're, continuing on in October, transitioning to November, we definitely wanted to tackle this subject. So again, do you know the signs of domestic violence? I'm gonna turn it over to you, ladies, to
yeah,
about that.
yeah. I think it's so many different signs, signs that you wouldn't even think could be domestic abuse or domestic violence. It doesn't always have to be a physical aspect to it. You know what I mean? It could be um, a mental breakdown. It could be, you know what I mean? Verbal abuse. There's so many different facets of domestic abuse and domestic violence. And I don't think a lot of people really fully take that into consideration.
Now,
Okay, do
some
you
of the
want to read off some
signs,
of the signs? Yeah.
hmm some of the signs, and I don't even need to read them all. I can tell
Mhm.
you what they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
Some of the signs that no one would ever think about when a person sits and hold themselves. Anytime you see them, they're always holding themselves in some type of way. That's a cry for help. Isolation. When they isolate themselves from their family, isolate themselves from their friends, isolate themselves from anything except for what they have to do, and that's work. And even then, you're going to see them in a protected manner. When they become quiet, they're loudly crying out for help. Look for bruises, look for extra makeup, look for long sleeve clothes when it's the heat of the summer. So many things that you can look for. But for the victim themselves, just get out as fast as you can because you know what you're going through. You're just too afraid to face it.
Mhm.
Also, let's go through the list and touch on some key points to look out for signs of domestic violence, making you afraid to speak, telling you no one else would ever want you, especially with kids, bullying you and or your kids, choking, slapping, hitting, punching, spitting on you or even at you, publicly in public embarrassing or berating you, hurting you, taking your money, locking you in and out of rooms, isolating you from family and friends, kicking you, hitting you, so many different things um, that are associated with domestic violence. As we went down a list of things, each give us your take on it.
Yeah, I feel like you know, everyone has experienced some form of domestic abuse at some point in their life. And if you haven't, you've been blessed enough to not come across somebody who has imposed their demons upon you. Um, Me, myself, I have been in a domestic dispute, I mean, a domestic dispute, a domestic abuse situation in the past. And unfortunately, it has uh, been such a traumatic experience that I feel sometimes it may even overflow into, my everyday. But what I will say is that it takes a strong person to realize and to know when they are in that situation, and it takes an even stronger person to be able to get up out of that situation. And I think knowing that you are in it, no matter whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's verbal, I think realizing it um, is the first step to removing yourself from it. And knowing that there are people that can help you, and that there are hotlines, that there are others who have experienced this as well, and that are able to assist you in removing yourself from it. And it may not be easy, it may not be overnight, it's not something that may just happen, where you're going to be like, oh, I'm getting up out this shit. Sometimes it's just not that easy. Um, but just knowing your own inner strength is probably the most important thing, um, in helping you remove yourself from those abusive situations.
Absolutely. Karen, you spoke several shows back, being a victim of domestic violence. Um, you shared that with us, and the reason why my question is directed to you is, what signs, um, or what can you say to help somebody that may be going through this situation right now, to help them to seek help, and knowing that keeping quiet is just, not the way to go.
You have to gain that courage because right now the fear overrides everything else that you can possibly think. But just know that you're safe, and the only way to stop it is to fight back because deep down, the abuser is a coward. So fight back with everything you have in you. Fight back. You don't know who to trust. So that's why you're not going to anybody. But you got to know that you can trust yourself. Most of all, pray, but fight back.
Absolutely.
Fight back.
And domestic violence doesn't always come in the form of a hit. It can,
Exactly, Neil. Financial, even. Somebody can strip you financially, whatever they have over you that they feel that you think you need them for. But you have to fight back. If that means that you're not working, get out, find you a job, provide your own living. You may have to start from the ground up, but do it. Just like that first seed was planted, that second, third, fourth, and go on. You plant your own seeds, get out. All kinds do exist. It's just, I mean, whatever you're going through. Most of the time, it is physical, but then you have the mental, the verbal, but you do have that financial.
absolutely. Um, Again, it doesn't always come in a form of hitting. It could come in a form of, verbal abuse, the sign of domestic violence as well. Far too often, sometimes we get overly excited, when we you know are having disagreements and arguments.
Mhm.
I can sit here and look myself in the mirror and ask myself, have I been an initiator of that type of violence? And I can even sit here, um, and say yes. So we got to be cognizant of our behaviors, because we think, domestic violence is just hitting. Oh, I never hit him or her. I never put my hands on them. But, again, berating and belittling and, um, screaming and hollering and just, over aggressive behavior is also a sign of domestic violence. So I just employ each and every one of you, whether you're going through it, um, on the, abuser level, if you're going on it as the abused, to seek help. There's groups out there for both parties. Um, if you feel yourself going down that path of being an abuser or an attacker, that 1-800, that 1-800 number that's associated with domestic violence is also a resource to you as well. They have counselors that will definitely, um, bring you back to reality And then also, if you've been abused or attacked, that is a resource that can be utilized and help you to get and seek help in a safe place. Before we move on, any other words of encouragement for anybody going out suffering from that and or who has suffered through that?
And audience, please feel free to chime in if you
Yeah.
have any advice.
Oh yeah.
If you want to share whatever, feel free to chime in the comments.
Can we highlight Rhonda's comment, please, where she said, I had a best friend who got pushed out of a moving car. And she said that if a man does not hit you, he does not love you.
That's false.
It's
As a
false.
sitting here that has loved before, I didn't have to put my hands on you to love you. So, those are ideologies that we hear or that we think that a person that loves us has to put their hands on us or belittle us or whatever. That's just a sign of disrespect.
Yeah.
That's a sign of actually no not love, because it's our job as men to be providers and protectors. How I'm protecting you if I'm beating the shit out of you,
Pretty much.
right? How am I protecting you if I'm causing you, you know, verbal and mental abuse? So that's why I said, God, you take a look in the mirror and see if you exhibit those behaviors, and if so, change them quickly.
Hmm.
And
Um,
always remember, an insecure man can never love because they don't love themselves. And only an insecure man is going to put his hands on them.
Hmm.
Absolutely, and not even just insecure men, because domestic violence is not just a gender
That,
dominated
and you are
thing.
exactly right on that one, Neil.
This happens on both levels. This happens, be it a man or a female. And men,
Mm-hmm.
implore you not only to seek help if you're doing these things, but also seek help if you're being abused as well. Um, what I mean? This is not just something that happens to women or men. This happens to children as well. If a child feels
Mm-hmm.
endangered in their environment, surroundings, or whatever, seek that help.
So
Janine
true.
says,
So
I
true.
built my strength up to leave. It took a minute, but I got out.
Good
All
for you,
right.
Jimmy.
Much love, Janine.
Yes.
Tried to get out. Any final words before we move on? This is a topic that we could talk about
Yeah.
all night long. And one of our great resources that we do have is the domestic violence number. And also, we know here firsthand, we got Tara, who works with individuals on that level as well. So there's so many different resources that you can look out for. If there's anyone in the comments going through this, um, seek help. Turn if you even don't feel comfortable with going to the police or talking to a stranger, talk to a friend, talk to a family member, and let somebody know what's going on. That could be the difference of saving a life or not.
Absolutely.
All right. Um, wow, that's such a powerful topic. We could stay
That
there all night.
is. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The next topic that we're going to go into is more entertainment, but it also has to do with violence, the violence that we see on our social medias and just what we see out in the world and how we verbally attack each other. So Nicki Minaj versus everybody. Saying in the news recently, Nicki Minaj has had some issues with the Grammys for a song that she put out, "Super Freaky Girl." They listed it as a pop song instead of one of the best rap songs. And she took to Twitter and social media and voiced her displeasures with the Grammys. But in doing that, she also dragged another artist into the mix, which is Big Lotto, and said that if Big Energy is a rap song, and so should Freaky Girl be a rap song as well. And I think this newer generation is starting to get tired of some of Nicki's antics. It seems like she goes on an attack when she doesn't seem to get her way, and she starts to, instead of encouraging, she starts to belittle. What do you ladies think? Especially KD, that's your girl, Big. Got that big,
Yeah,
Oh,
she
the
went
big.
for Lotto. Yeah, she went for a lot of.
Actually, I like all of those girls. Y'all, I'm a freak when it comes to listening to those girls in the background. So I had to go on and read about it to kind of really get what the feel was. I wasn't aware that Nicki is not a good sport when it comes to sharing the spotlight until today while I was reading, and that is only going by what I have read. So that's not coming from my lips. And I do love Lotto. I do love her. And so I took to listen to both songs again today. I've listened to them before. And the particular song that she's talking about, Super Freaky Girl, a great tribute to Rick James because, she kind of like remade his song. And when you get into these, the Grammys and all of that, you got to know that they are judging more than just how it sounds. They're judging originality. Now let's go to Lotto, my girl Lotto, Big Energy. She wrote that song. So that is her baby, originality. And overall, I mean, I do like Big Energy a little bit better. Um, I mean, I just think it's Nicki is older. These girls came into the game looking up to her. I mean, Lotto even reached out to try to, crush this without it going on social media. So Nikki, if what I'm reading is true, girlfriend, you need to bring it in because you are auntie now. So you're auntie to these girls. You need to bring it in and be an example instead of be the problem.
Well, we got T in the comment.
It's
He's already starting his shit.
already
And
started.
he said, actually, KD, both songs are remixed. Big Energy
Okay, well, I didn't
is
realize that hers was a remake. To
that's
who?
Mariah Carey.
Right.
Mariah, one of Mariah's biggest songs. She even got Mariah Carey on.
They're on there.
Mariah Carey performed.
Okay, well, let's put it this way then. Her remake sounds more original.
So they, shout outs to both young ladies out there. We don't want to discredit anybody on this show. Both songs are, both songs are a vibe. Um, dig a little deeper into that. Not just her fight with Big Lotto. That's one of them, but also her ongoing feud with Cardi B. Um, Cardi said, "Yes, I am not backing down from Nicki Minaj. I don't care how big Nicki is. I'm big like that too." And Cardi is with the shit.
Absolutely.
Cardi is tired of Nicki Minaj's antics, as she says. As you know, a couple of years ago, her and Nicki actually got into a fight. You know what I mean?
Wow.
To where, Cardi left the party bruised from, security hitting her or whatever the case may be. But Cardi is not backing down from Nicki's, threats. Cardi is a multi-platinum rap artist as well, nominated in multiple Grammy awards and so many awards and accolades, the same as Nicki Minaj. And she's just not going for it. This reminds me of um, when you get when new energy comes into the market or new talent comes into it onto a team. The older vets realize they may have a little bit of an edge, but just because you're a legend, you still gonna be solidified. And these kids coming in look up to you, but they might have a little bit more talent, right?
Hmm.
Just a little bit more edge, a little bit more awareness of what's going on, a little bit more spunk, a little bit more freshness, and that's what's going on here. You got her beefing with a lot of people that's popping right now, and Nicki's songs are falling a little short as these other girls are. So what do you ladies think on that? Ish, what you think on that?
Yeah, I think Nikki is definitely selfish. I feel like Nikki is she just beef with way too many people. So it always seems to be Nikki. Like she's beef with Remy Ma, she's beef with Iggy Azalea, she's had beef with Azalea Banks, she's had beef with Taylor Swift. Like it's always Nikki versus somebody. Always. And it's always simplifying down to whose song is better or a feature on a song or a verse on a song or what came out and what did. And it just seems like she is very what's the word that I'm looking for? She's very just selfish. She just wants it to be all about Nicki and all her way, and nobody else is as dope as Nicki. Nobody else is as fly as Nicki. And she just always in the mix and always in some mess. And I just feel like it stems from her. Is that's what it looks like. I'm not saying that because obviously we don't know, but it just always seems like it's stemming from her.
For so long, Nicki had the spotlight only on her. There were a few sprinkles here and there of female rap acts, but when it came to the HBI, the head be in charge, as always was Nicki for a very long time. Now
Mm-hmm.
you got this new wave of females that are coming on the scene. The Cardi B's, the the Big Lottos, the Glorillas, the City Girls. The list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
One person that we can't forget, and this young lady said this to us a long time ago, right? Lil Kim. Everybody thought Lil Kim was crazy. Thought Lil Kim was hating, right? Thinking the spotlight had done already passed her. Lil Kim said, "This girl done took my whole style." The originator of what Nicki Minaj is doing is Lil Kim. We all know Lil Kim came in the game, rap game, raunchy, spitting raunchy lyrics and dressing even raunchier, right? The wigs, the colorful wigs, the designer, this, that, and the third. And then Nicki came on the scene, a younger, fresher version of her, in a time when there was no other competition, and ran with it, right? Had bars, had the look, had a team behind her, and surpassed Lil Kim. Now it seems like Nicki is doing the same thing that she accused Lil Kim of hating her success. And Nicki not paying homage to those that are making waves now. She's trying to continue to bully her way through. But that's my personal opinion. It, what you think about that, Katie? We're gonna let you get into this one more time.
Well, I mean, I like them all, so I'm not gonna stop listening to them. I'm staying out of the beef. But ladies, just keep on making your music, keep on doing what you do. As I said, it doesn't seem that Nikki likes to share the spotlight, so she's just having a little issue with that. Maybe once she come to terms with that, she will realize that she can be a true queen because she has built what she is already. And I would hate to see her tear it down by becoming known as one of them referred to her as a Karen. I don't know why they have to keep using that name, but they have referred to her. No, she referred to Lotto as a Karen or something like that. But please, y'all, leave the Karens out of it, okay? Y'all just lower your beef. Come on, Nikki, play fair. That's all I got.
Let's answer this question right here. Let's touch on this right here. Let's add another layer to this. Ladies, do you embrace and teach, or do you compete with younger women? I'm gonna let y'all two tackle that before we go to some of the comments in the audience. Again, do you embrace and teach, or do you compete with these younger women? Are you trying to keep up and compete?
Definitely embrace and teach. Should be no competition, because it's two different lanes. And when you know your lane and you know where you have been, you're able to then embrace the younger women. You're then able to support them and help them in all that they're doing and coming up. They may be able to teach you a few things, of the younger generation and things like that. There's no need for competition. And so, therefore, it's better to just embrace them, support them, and help them through whatever it is that they're doing, because in turn it continues to help you as well.
Hmm.
What about you,
I
kid?
so agree. You embrace. I embrace without embracing, so to speak, meaning that if um, I live the way I live, if that embraces you, then I will embrace you. Hopefully, what I do, I've had many to say that I inspire them, so I guess that's a form of teaching. So I would say embrace and teach. As far as competing, never. When I see someone doing well and doing it very well, hell, I'm going to look and see if I can learn anything from them and pat them on the back and tell them to keep on going.
If history hasn't taught us anything, it always teaches us that the younger folks are always coming with lessons that we take from. As much as we want to
Mhm.
sit up here and we bash the young people and we say they crazy, the younger generation is crazy, the younger generation is this, that, and the third, we're taking from their culture as well as they take from ours. So it's no need to not embrace because they're our future. They are the
That's
ones
right.
that are carrying the flag right now. They're the ones carrying the torch. So why not teach them and give them a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of background of what they could be facing and where they could be going, and help them to steer clear of those obstacles. So then, or when they get to those obstacles, they have a better way of navigating that. But also too, complimenting them and seeing and focusing on what got them to this point, helping us grow as well. So it's always a learning experience. We learn from each other. The
Hmm.
generation that precedes us, what I mean, is going to teach us and teach them, and we want to teach them, and we taught our generation that came after us. So there's always a learning experience. There's always love, love, love.
For sure.
Some of the people in the comments is saying, Helen said, I embrace, I teach, because some of them want to know, right? Diana said, I try to teach as much as possible. Ain't no competition here. Rhonda said, I don't have to compete with other women. I try to teach them and things that I know. Um, Jennifer said, everything Eve said. Isha's, she said everything Eve said. Isha's winning when it comes to that. Janine says, I definitely teach, embrace, and give them best advice to my abilities that I try to. Um, and Rhonda finishes off with each one, reach one. So before we wrap up this segment about Nicki Minaj versus everybody, just want to say the best female rapper of all time came from Brooklyn. If you don't know who that is, the Queen Bee, baby. Shout out to Lil Kim. That's who I always will say was the greatest female rapper to me. Who your favorite female rapper, KD?
Don't know if I really have one. Like I said, I listen to them all. Um, I guess I would say Missy if I had to really say one.
Okay. What about you, Ish?
Yeah, it's Little Kim for me.
People in the comments, who y'all like? Who y'all favorite female rapper out there? Jen said, ain't
Now
no
Trina pretty bad too.
Lil Kim. She says Lil Kim for her. I always been a Lil Kim fan. I think Lil Kim was the personification of taking the females and giving them a voice in this newer world, right? Because we had the Queen Latifahs, MC Lights, the Roxanne Shantays, right? That was that '80s vibe. But the more current vibe where everybody got a stereo system driving down the street blasting music. You got your house blasting music. Everybody is more conscientious of music and they absorbing music a little better. Lil Kim was that. She took a male dominated industry and flipped it on his back and made them respect her, right? Yeah, as much as they talked about her being sexy, being raw, being nasty, they did nothing but follow suit. So that's right. That's when you
Hmm.
know you're a trendsetter. Had people walking around. I remember back in the '90s, people was walking around with pink, green, yellow wigs and matching wigs and matching mink. So that's how you know you're a
Hmm.
trendsetter, and that's how you know these young ladies that are now in the game wearing these long pink weaves and all this colorful hair. It came from Shorty. And I mean, even though Nicki Minaj took it and took it to a whole nother level, it is what it is. All
Yeah.
right, so we're gonna hit T said Foxy. T, we're not friends no more, T. We're not friends no more, T. Diana said Eve and Queen was her fave. Renee said Foxy Brown. If you want to take it back first, Tara said Queen Latifah. Rhonda said Lil Kim and Missy and the Brat was her fave. So a couple people
Mhm.
think.
Got some variety. Hmm.
This next topic right here is gonna make y'all get up out y'all. I know it is. I'm so glad I'm under the weather today and I'm not with the Nell energy. I'm so happy because this right here is one of those ones. And it goes a little like this. Are you willing to change or conform in a relationship? Are you willing to change or conform in a relationship?
Hmm. That's a good one. That's gonna start a lot of shit.
His mom's the his mom's the word.
Okay, so are you willing to change and conform in a relationship? But let me add my portion to that. Are you willing to change and conform in a relationship in order to make your partner feel more comfortable with you? Now, that's a deep question when you think about it. You can conform some, but I think it should be more of a compromise than a confirmation. Because if it's simply confirmation, that's going to get old. But if it's a compromise between the two of you, then you can meet somewhere in the middle. So I would not conform, but I would compromise.
Hmm. Hmm. That's good. Well, it's certain things that you have to have in my opinion, that you have to have in a relationship in order to either change or conform, and that selflessness. That's first and foremost, because in order to want to change or want to conform, you got to love someone greater than you love yourself. And then the second one is trust, and trusting in your partner and in your partnership in order, you know what I mean, to want to even uh, change and alter how you behave or the things that you do, to make this, say, relationship work, or make it fit just a little bit better, because that's what changing or conforming is, right? Sorry about the train, y'all. But I feel like it's easy to say, yes, I would be willing to change or conform to make my relationship stronger, but is it easy to do? And that's where it's going to boil down to, is it easy to do? And it's really not, if you really think about it. It's really not.
Right.
Like, you may want to, you may want to say, you know what, now I won't clip my toenails in the bed no more.
Okay.
That is a compromise. And that is me conforming to something that you just do not like. You know what I mean? But it might not be easy for me to do because I'm comfortable in clipping my nails in the bed. So some things are just, I mean, that's just not me. I just pulled that out the air, by the way. Don't think I'm nasty and clipping my nails in the bed. But it's what I'm saying is, it may not be as simple. You might want to, but it may not be simple to. Now,
Answer the question, are you willing to change or conform in a relationship? Absolutely, yes. Um, Change doesn't always represent negative, right? Conforming doesn't always mean losing yourself. Those two things, depending on your partner, the level of togetherness that you choose, that you're planning to have with this person, hopefully you're going to change. There's mindsets that once you get with the right person in the right situation for you, will help you to see that certain changes are needed to be made. Some ways of thinking that we thought of could totally go out the window based upon the type of partnership that we are in. Conforming to a relationship or conforming to your partner's wishes could be a benefit instead of a detriment. So I think we go into these things looking at them from a perspective of, oh, it's wrong. It's no, I can't conform, and no, I'm not willing to change because Why should I change? Why not? If it's going to bring you peace and happiness that you haven't seen, wouldn't you want to embrace that? Wouldn't you want to try that? Or wouldn't you
But
want to?
how is that going to bring you peace and happiness when you got to change who you are? I
Because
can't see that bringing peace
let's
and
say, let's
happiness.
say, hold up. Let's paint a picture right here. Let's say, let's say you somebody that's running wild, running amok. You somebody that don't have no direction, or somebody who just doesn't know certain things. The right person comes in your path, shows you different ways of doing things, shows you love, shows you compassion, shows you that they care about you not doing those things. That brings forth a change.
I
I
can
don't mean
see
you
that
change
change.
yourself for the
Yes.
worse. You change yourself for the better. They want to see the best come out of you. What if you are a smoker? They say, sit you down and say, babe, this ain't not doing nothing but harming. You go to a doctor's appointment, they go with you, they tell you if you don't stop smoking, you could have some issues with your lungs. You got to change your ways, right? Let's say you just never took the time to care about yourself the way you should, but a person came along and showed you how to do that. You're not losing nothing by changing. You gaining everything. Again, we can't we look at things from a negative perspective, but it's always up to us to do our due diligence to, once that message is conveyed to us, once that energy is shown to us, how to navigate through that. If it's going,
And those
if it's
health
going
changes, I do agree, Nell. I wasn't speaking of that. I mean, when it's a full mental change of how you feel, how you think, you as a person. The health changes, I totally agree with that. When someone is trying to change you health wise so that y'all can live together longer, I totally agree with those type changes. But I'm speaking on changes as far as changing who you are as a whole person.
if let's say you always look at things from a negative perspective, right? You got a lot of people out here that the moment they wake up, it's always, oh, I'm in pain. Oh, my day is going to be long. Oh, I don't feel like going to work. Oh, this is going to be this. Oh, this is going to be that. Oh, it's raining outside. Oh, I don't it, right? We know people like that, right? What if you got a person in your life that's saying, hey, instead of you looking at that as the glass half full, why don't you say the glass is could be refilled with a positive now? Or yes, it's raining outside, but that rain is only going to provide that plant vegetation so it can feed you.
So you're
Or
trying
the
to
storm
inspire
is,
them to be a more positive person. I agree.
so is
You
that
can
not changing
inspire
your
them
mind?
that.
Is that not changing your mindset instead of changing your physical?
Exactly.
So it's a lot of different things that we can do to change within ourselves to conform to being the best person that we can be in our relationship. What if we said, this is for an example, and we going, and I'm jumping into the erotic zone right here. What if I said, I'll never eat pussy, right? I meet somebody who wants that, who needs that, who gets off on that. That's my mate, my partner. I gotta change my way of thinking because I said I want to please her, I want to make her happy. I'm willing to do whatever it is that's going to take that, right? So now I've changed in order to provide her with happiness, which is only going to give me some happiness as well.
But that's getting you temporary happiness because you changing for her. But later on down the road, when you don't have those stronger feelings for her,
But
will you have regret
I
for
don't regret.
doing it?
So I'm gonna regret that I put myself in a position to make somebody happy. So I'm
Well,
going.
when y'all are not that happy anymore and you're doing something that you only doing to please her, you're not doing it to please
To
yourself,
please
but to
yourself. That's
please
what I was gonna
her.
say.
So
But
once you don't love her as much anymore, then what?
that's a part of life. I can't go into things thinking, oh, well, we're going to break up in 6 months. So you know what? I'm not going to try that because that's something I said I wouldn't do. No, I'm going to step outside of myself and I'm going to try it. I might like it.
But
Again,
but
but I'm
it
saying,
mhm.
I might like it.
go ahead, Ish.
No, and I was just pretty much piggybacking off of you, KD, basically saying, well, what was the purpose of you not liking it in the from the first, you know what I
Maybe,
mean, in the beginning?
maybe you
You
just
know
was
what I mean?
maybe you were immature in your thinkings, right? We could be
Mhm.
immature. We could think something is nasty, but the moment we try it, it's like, oh shit, that's good. Or we
Right.
or negative connotations that come with it. Somebody I heard growing up that asparagus and Brussels sprouts was nasty, right?
All right.
But
Yeah.
if I prepare them the way I like them and I consume it, I'm gonna start to like it.
All right,
So
but
it's
let me.
so you
I'm a
can
hop. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna hop off Maryland comment right here because I know
Uh-oh, what
you
Marilyn
and
done said.
T. And if I wanted, like, if somebody wanted they ass a Darnell and they needed that to get off, are you playing with the dingleberries? Are you going to town on the asshole?
all
I
right.
mean, there's a limit, right?
There's a limit to that, but at the end of the day, there's going to be certain limits. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm not willing to change. I'm not willing to conform at some point once I have enough information, or I start to put it in my own mind. I'm not looking at something like, yo, this shit going to kill me, or this ain't that. If that's what it could be, then I'm not truly being hurt by it. It ain't going to kill me. It ain't going to hurt me or compromise my integrity. Then I'm gonna do it. It's not like we look at like, why do we look at things with this result of it's going to change us for the worse? Why instead of looking at it like this could really be a difference maker?
Well,
I could have found my boo boo, my forever boo boo. Like, and if this is what it's going to take what it's going to take.
but I think that's too, like T said in the comments. What is the balance between being understanding and not dumb?
It's all
And
about
I
you as the person, right? You find your balance. You don't have to play dumb or be dumb to conform or be willing to change. The question is, are you willing to change or conform in a relationship? If I say no, then I am already limiting my relationship. How can I say no to something that I don't even know what I don't even know what could be? Right? If I already go into saying, you know what, I'm never changing for my relationship. I'm never willing to change. I'm never willing to conform. I'm gonna stay this way. Then I'm gonna be by myself for the rest of my life. Why are we? So my next question is this, and I'm gonna let y'all talk. Why would you not be willing to change? And what would be the negative into changing?
I mean, I'm definitely willing to change. I find myself to be like a selfless lover. Like, I am one that just wants peace and happiness all around the land. Okay, that is just me. So I am definitely willing to change. But I feel like there are boundaries in which, the change comes, because, if there is just some things that are not within, say, morally under the code that I follow, then, it's something that we need to discuss, because at that point in time, I'm feeling like, my moral values, or some values that I might have or hold, is being tested, or you know what I mean. There's a thin line there. So I mean, I think it's all about good trust, good communication, and being open to differences. I mean, that's how I see it.
All right, great point. So at any point when the question was posed, right, was it posed with, are you willing to change your whole entire being or conform to be in this relationship? That wasn't the question. And I think we put our own spin on what the question is to suffice us, so we can answer however we want to answer. But the question is, and still is going to be, are you willing to change? And if you say, well, what's the change? You already going, and if you already going into the battle or you already going into this conversation looking for a battle instead of looking at it as saying, let's have a conversation. Let's see what this could look like. Right? No one said that you had to compromise your integrity and to be willing to change certain things. The way you go about doing things, the way you go about looking at things, the way you just carry out your whole entire way being. No one said that. Again, you still have a responsibility to yourself, right? But are we perfect?
Nobody's perfect.
So there's room for change. There's room for fixing. There's room to correct those errors, right? So how can we not go into something looking to change? We're changing ourselves in order to are we not changing the way we go about living life by adding someone else to it? You riding dolo. Now you riding with a partner. That's a change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So ain't things gonna come about that's going to make you do things differently than you're normally doing?
Well, that's when you
Sure.
find your like partner.
Right.
You have to find someone that enjoy things that you enjoy.
Mhm.
Plain and
But
simple.
I
and
love
but now you do realize that all conformity is not necessarily good conformity. Some things that you may be approached in conforming to is not all peaches and cream and not all good things all the time.
all right,
So
so
I think that's where it comes in, that it could be a difference in, you know what I mean, certain things. It's not always going to be, oh, we'll conform for the better.
absolutely. But you ladies talked about several shows back. Let's bring out the receipts. You know I like this.
Hmm.
Several shows back, you said if I'm gonna stay out all night, give you a call and say, "Hey, babe, I'm out with the boys. I'll be home at this time." That's me conforming to pleasing your mental thoughts about me being out in the streets. Correct?
Hmm.
Because before I never had to do that. So is that not a form of conforming?
That's a compromise.
That's not a compromise. It's me conforming to you doing what you've asked me to do. That's not a compromise. It's me conforming my behavior, right? Compromises is still a conforming. It's in that same definition of conform, compromise. Y'all put words on it that make it sound sweet and rosy, but in the grand scheme of things, if you say, I would like for you to give me a call to at least let me know you're okay, that's me conforming to a behavior that I wasn't doing before, right?
Hmm.
That's a positive change because now you said you don't have to worry no more if I do that. Or before, you told me everything is copacetic if I do that. That's a positive change for you feeling comfortable about me being out and not having to worry, right? How was that
Hmm.
negative? Y'all so quick to say what y'all ain't gonna do and how y'all not gonna do this and y'all call bullshit. Maybe y'all should start looking at the shit that y'all say y'all ain't gonna do and change it. That could be the difference of why you single or why things ain't going the way you want them to go. Cause you got these, and this ain't addressing nobody. Please don't in my comments later. I'm not trying to come at nobody. I'm just saying when we look at things differently and we move differently, we get different results. So why not try something new for a change? If you so willing to not change and be you and you ain't never going to do nothing but be you, okay. How about being you, trying something different and thinking a different way, which might give you better results?
Hmm.
A thought?
I agree.
That's a thought.
Hmm. For sure.
But I can't see somebody truly being happy unless they being
I
themselves.
can't.
All right. So if you say, all
Personal
right.
opinion
So if you say
only.
to me, all right. So let's go back to the compromise thing that y'all said last week, a couple weeks on the show ago. So you said this is what you want, and it shouldn't be no problem. So if you say I gotta call you or text you and let you know that I'm still hanging out with the guys and I'm okay, I'm safe. but I come home mad because I had to do that. Is that cool?
I mean, first of all, I can't understand why you would be mad with a compromise. That was only compromising. Let me know
Did I not
that you was out
conform
with the
to your
guy.
wish? I'm conforming to your wishes because I never had to do that before. But because you
Right.
said this is something that would
Mm-hmm.
make you comfortable with me being
Mm-hmm.
out in the streets and my whereabouts, is that me conforming to behaviors that you need me to do to make you
That
feel?
is you changing, and that's a good change. But again, that comes back to my next question. Once you get tired of doing it, then you're gonna start having some remorse about it, some regret. You're gonna be like,
It
"Fuck
is.
this shit! I ain't gonna
But
keep on
didn't we?
doing."
Hold
But didn't
Then
we?
it's gonna
on,
start the
hold
cycle.
on, hold on, hold on, hold
Love
on.
it. I love it.
Hey, men don't do that.
Exactly, except for
No,
doing the
listen.
honeymoon
No,
phase.
no, Katie. This is what I'm saying. Men don't regret those decisions. We're not going to say now that because we're not in a relationship no more, I regret doing that for you. Men don't do that. If I chose to do that, that was my choice to do that. I'm not going to regret that later just
Yeah.
because we break up.
I'm not going. If we break up, I'm not going to say. I ain't going to go on Facebook and be like, "Yo, you know this motherfucker told me that I gotta call and let her know if I'm gonna be out 3 o'clock in the morning." We ain't
Right.
going. We just going to be like that. That's what that person wanted, and I chose to do it.
Okay, well, let me change that. Maybe regret is the wrong word. What I'm trying to get you guys to see is this. You start out doing that because you say, okay, if I call, this is what she says she wants. This is gonna make her happy. Say 2, 3 years on down the line, when you may be having some problems, well, you gonna look at that as you did this for her, and I mean
What
that's
I'm
gonna
saying,
be an
I
issue.
did
You
it
did
for.
it for her,
Katie,
you didn't do it for yourself.
Katie, we don't do anything to reflect on it and say I shouldn't have done that. If
I,
I choose to do that for you, I'm choosing to do that for you.
so you're telling me if we have problems 2 or 3 years down the line, I'm going to pinpoint the day that you asked me
Right.
out.
Not saying that. I'm just saying you're gonna stop
She's
doing it.
just
Say
saying
it,
in
fuck it.
general. Yeah.
So why
So
did I?
if you had changed,
Right.
you
So
would do that from now on with anyone. But you
No,
said
no,
you changed
no,
for
no,
that one
no,
person.
no. What he's saying, Katie, is the next person might not care if I do that or not. So I chose to do that for you. So I made that change for you. I'm not going to regret that change, and I might not continue that change with my next person because they might not give a fuck.
do
That's
we?
all it is.
But do you see? Do we see how contradictory it is? It's like, all right,
Right.
can you do this? No problem, but I can do that. But oh, 2, 3 years down the line, you're not gonna like me anymore, and you're gonna regret the fact that I asked you to do this. So you're gonna have a problem with it. So if you have that energy, you feel like that, then why do you want your man to do it?
Right.
Why?
I mean, well, when we said it the other night, it's a courtesy
Here,
because we worry if y'all are not
here we
home.
go with
It's
these
more of a
curtains.
So if we
courtesy.
did, we also said on the show, the two of us also said, seeing it from that perspective lets me know that she cares.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Do it. So why would I be angry about somebody caring about me?
But there are people that would be angry. There are
Yeah.
people. I know now. I know. I know. I know. I know.
Well,
But there are people that would be angry about that, and it's still.
I don't think
Because it doesn't feel like
I don't think
she's
we're angry.
expressing care. It feels
That's
like
what I'm
she's
saying.
expressing control.
I don't think we care about the concern. I think we care about the insecurities that's behind that concern.
We are caring. We're not being insecurity. You're turning it around. We are
No,
caring about your safety out there.
no, you could do one and the same, and you could also be insecure.
Can we touch on something real quick? Because I don't understand this, ladies. Can y'all help us understand this? Because this question is not to kill us.
Right.
This question is to see where we can make changes to help us at, right? Let's see this. We see this a lot. I'd rather be happy without a man than be miserable with one. What does that mean?
I'd rather be happy without a man than be miserable with one. Bingo, Marilyn.
Um, KD, ain't you miserable without a man too? The fuck?
You should have known he
You
was gonna
miserable too
go
without a
there,
man.
KD.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
That's one less problem to worry about. I'm going. If I got to be miserable with a man, then I may as well delete that one misery because I'm gonna be miserable either way.
So,
How
So
did this
I
question,
mean,
how did this
so,
question turn
so you
into
would rather be lonely and miserable, is what you're
how did
saying?
this question turn into misery
I
though?
don't think
Nothing.
about it being this lonely. I think about me living my life, and one day when the right one come around, then I won't be lonely. But I don't sit there
I,
and
I, I
look
love that.
at.
Look, I love that y'all have this long ass tree that
But
y'all
look,
think
see, that's the thing. That's the thing.
it
If
lasts
you have to
forever.
be
I
miserable, you
love that
don't
y'all
even
think that
care.
that's a real
You
thing.
don't care if it don't come along. That's what Marilyn is
Oh,
saying.
that's what I'm saying.
So if
Kudos,
it
kudos,
if it don't
kudos
come
for you
along,
if you
why
don't
y'all if
care.
y'all don't care why if y'all don't care that if it don't come along, then why are y'all out there searching for it?
That's
Why
what
y'all
I
put
just said. I'm
yourself
not out searching.
why y'all
You
put
No,
don't.
yourself
I'm
no,
not out
why
searching. I
y'all
can
put
honestly
yourself
no,
say I'm not.
market?
no.
Why y'all make
Listen,
yourself
no. Hold
available?
on, no. Listen, no. That's what she's saying. That she's content and happy being lonely. Like that's what she's
I'm
saying.
not lonely.
that's
I'm doing me. I'm learning me. I'm
what
not
she's
lonely.
saying. That's
All
what
right,
she's
cool.
saying.
Not we not saying about with nobody lonely. We're not saying
This
nobody
is
social
this is
status.
this is what
I'm
I'm
just
saying. Man.
asking, how is
Tell the
this?
people, Diana. You need to
But
tough
my question is, my whole question was, how did this question become negative? Why do everything got to be looked upon as negative? If you're changing, hopefully you're changing for the better.
Right,
Nobody's not trying to change you and make you a fucking smoker. I didn't say,
right,
yo, shorty, hit the pipe. I
right,
asked you to just be the best version of yourself.
right.
That's it. Conforming is going to happen on both ends. You're going to do things that you didn't do before you got in a relationship, and I'm going to do the same thing with that person. So why are we looking at something as a negative when it could benefit our household? If it's
And that's
benefiting our
true.
household,
That's
it's
true.
nothing negative about it. So change is going to come from that. Conformity is going to come from that. Me leaving my drawers on the bathroom floor for 3 or 4 days, and now
Mm.
I'm in a relationship and Shorty live with me and we live together. I can't do that no more. That's me conforming to house rules. That's not nothing negative.
Well, you can
It's like
do it.
Ish,
Shorty
when
will
she
just
clipped
pick
her
them up for
toenails,
you.
she chooses to do it. She's not going to do it in the bed. She's going to do it out the bed. So where's the negative in that? Changing doesn't equate to negativity. Get that out of your brains. Because y'all want us to change for y'all and do things for y'all, then y'all should be able to do the same very thing for yourself and your relationship.
How about look? No. How about not even on the verge of changing on conforming? How about it's just a matter of you learning something different that you didn't know? How about we just start there?
Because
How
learning,
about we just learn some shit that you didn't know?
because learning is negative.
That's what I'm saying.
Learning is learning
No,
doesn't
I
give
don't think.
learning doesn't give you any properties that help you benefit your life. It doesn't.
It depends on what the teachings are.
I can't.
Can we move to the next?
It does. It depends on what the teachings are. Everybody don't want to be taught the same thing.
Can you be taught anything? I'm not asking you to be taught the same thing. I'm asking you to learn something. That's all.
Are we
Everybody can learn
are
something.
are we not learning in relationships? Aren't isn't that what you're doing on a daily basis?
Daily.
On a
Yes.
daily basis. So that
Mm.
if you're shaking your head with the answer of yes, then that refutes what you just said. You can't have one without the other. You can't learn and say, "Oh, I don't want to learn everything," or "I don't want to learn something like that." You're learning always. Your resolve is being tested. That's a learning experience. You're learning someone new. That's a learning experience. You're learning the way that they do things. That's a learning experience. You're conforming to certain things that you see or feel. How was that bad for you or your relationship?
It's nothing wrong with conforming.
You
It's
said it
just,
was.
it's nothing wrong with conforming or, like I say, compromising. But what I'm saying, I still stick to what I'm saying. Don't forget who you are amongst that conforming.
If you
Still be who you are.
so
Don't forget who you, your own identity.
Katie, I agree. Hold on now, Katie, I agree with that. But
beautiful.
that's also, you could be an asshole. So maybe you do need to change who you are.
Well, maybe you like being an asshole.
But that's, how is that
Maybe
playing
you
out
are
for you?
comfortable being an asshole.
How is that playing out for you?
But maybe you are comfortable. If that person is comfortable being an asshole, they don't see themselves as that. Other
Right,
people view them as that.
right. And you have to get along with other people, right?
Exactly.
The
Okay,
people that
Well,
matter
Right. They need
aren't
right.
the person aren't the person that matters the most. Because again, let's go back to the question. The question is this: are you willing to change or conform in a relationship? In
right,
a relationship, not with your friends, not with the world, in your relationship. If your partner says you are an asshole, are you
right,
not willing to change your asshole like behaviors for your partner in
Right.
your relationship?
if we have gotten to that understanding, if we've gotten to that level, no, no, listen me out. If we have gotten to that level, then yes, and I see where he is willing to conform or change, well, then I will conform or change.
Here we go.
But again,
He got to do it first, huh, KD?
no, no, we do it together. We do it together. When you recognize
Why
it,
is
you
change
do it
behavior?
together.
Why is change behavior for you based on what somebody else is doing for
Right,
them? Change behavior for yourself is going to ultimately benefit you. If you're
Mm.
changing your behavior and the way you doing things, you're only bringing benefits and blessings to yourself. Why are you worried about somebody else's what they doing?
right.
You got to worry about yourself before you can worry about something.
Again, okay, and that comes back around to don't change too much and lose yourself in other people. Don't
But
forget who you are.
aren't we using these terms again? I'm a strong person. I'm strong.
No,
I'm
maybe
strong.
who you are sucks, man.
If you strong, you ain't gonna compromise.
If it sucks for others, it don't suck for, if
But
that's
hold up,
if
let's
it don't
let's go
suck for
let's
me
go down
too.
that strong avenue real quick, because that's it's lit up. It's ready for us to land. It's plain. So you're strong. You said that 1,000 times. You are a strong person. You strong, right? You are a
Hmm.
strong black woman. You strong, right? If you strong, how's somebody going to knock you off of your square? Helping you to see changes or providing different things that's going to help you change to be even stronger and better ain't going to tear down the structure that you built in life, right?
Right.
So what you mean by how somebody asking you to change is making you lose yourself? You only losing yourself because that's what you choose to do. Nobody can't make you lose yourself. Only you can.
So now, do you feel like women or men can lose themselves in a relationship? Do you feel
Absolutely.
like that happens?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you know why I feel like that happened? Because you have a weak party. Somebody's weak somewhere, mentally unstable. They
Right,
don't know themselves. When you have a
Hmm.
firm grip of reality of yourself, you will never deviate from yourself. You will recognize when change is needed. You will put those changes into play. If something's helping you to be a better person, be a better mate, be a better lover, then absolutely. But if you weak and and somebody is just taking advantage and you lose yourself, that's on you.
right.
You chose to lose yourself. Nobody can't put a crack pipe to my mouth and say smoke it, and I say okay. I know what I want and I know what I don't want. But I know I'm willing to make sacrifices and changes because everything ain't always about me. When I get into a partnership with somebody, it's now about us, right? my voice, let's say I got a strong opinionated voice or a strong stern voice, and she says, yo, I came out of an abusive relationship, or I came out of a situation where that shit scared me. I need you to tone it down. Am I supposed to say, no, that's just the strength in my voice? Or I'm supposed to turn that shit down so I can make my lady feel comfortable and wanted? That's a change and a compromise and me conforming to something that's going to be a benefit in my relationship, right? When you look at things like that, you start to see the real picture of it, instead of saying, oh yeah, I'm just gonna lose myself because they asked me to change, or they want to see me change something that's was me. Everything that we got going on ain't always perfect. That's why we make mistakes and fuck ups. Because we ain't always doing the perfect thing. So if somebody gonna help us benefit from seeing something that we can't see, why not?
What's the word?
What's the word?
But I just be wondering why everything is always a struggle. What's be the struggle?
KD
Why
likes
is it a tug and why is it a tug and pull?
KD is a firefighter, man.
No, I just think that we are speaking on different levels of change. Um, we're just speaking on different levels of change. Nell, the changes you're speaking of, I completely agree. I completely agree. And I guess when I look at change, I'm looking at um, changes as in your change of lifestyle as a whole, of who you want to be, what you want to do, down to somebody telling you what you can or cannot wear. Stuff completely changing you that way. I guess I'm looking at it in a deeper way. The changes that you're speaking of, I completely agree. Those changes should be visited in a
Hold on,
relationship.
KD. What if you come across somebody who's into fashion and they have a certain style and they try to put you on? That's not a bad thing to change.
Okay, no,
That's
that is not a
different.
bad thing at all. But what if you come across someone because they don't like what you have on, then you get knocked to the ground and they get snatched off of you.
Oh,
That's
That's a change.
controlling. That's you going off the deep end.
come
We
on,
ain't
that's the
talking
deep
about
end.
doing all that.
Not too
Deep
We
deep
ain't
in.
talking about all
end.
that.
No, it
But
happens.
it
No, I didn't
happens.
say that it
It
didn't
happens.
happen.
All
I
right,
didn't say that it didn't
That's the
we
type
happen.
of
didn't say
change
that
I'm
it.
talking
We're not
about.
saying
Hold
that it
on.
happened, but
Hold on.
that's too
Hold
far
on
down
now.
the lane.
Hold on now. We're not talking about forcible change, KD. We're talking about willingness change. Like we're not talking
Okay, well
about
that's a better word.
we're talking
Willingness
about
to
willingness change,
change.
not forcible change. Not I'm forcing you to do this shit or I'm trying to control you. We're talking about a willingness change, right?
Well, that changes the whole game right there.
That's right. What's the matter now?
I'm willing to change anything.
I got some shit to address, man. Just let me know when y'all get done with
I'm,
this
I'm,
shit.
I be confused because we gotta add little nice words to things to make people feel comfortable, like it for them to
They
be comfortable
babies.
with
They're
the
3-year-old
with
old toddlers, man. I'm telling you this shit. They're fucking toddlers. You gotta coddle them.
Just got to be direct.
You gotta fucking coddle
that
them.
was direct. That was very direct. And you said, well, we not talking about change that's going to be a benefit to your relationship. We talking about forcible change. If you wearing hoochie mama shit and you ain't supposed to, that's a force. That's a change that could be had. That man could be like, yo, do you know what you getting yourself into by going out dressing like this? Do you know how you?
But what if that's my personality to dress like that? I mean, if that makes me happy, which I don't wear hoochie mama shorts, but if wearing hoochie
All right,
mama
so let's
shorts
say this.
made me feel good about
All right, let's
myself,
say this.
why should I
Hold
start
on, let's
wearing it?
say this. It makes you feel good. How about this? Let's print this scenario for you because we see this so far too often, sweetie. Let's say you wearing hoochie mama jeans, you got your ass all out, you out and about with your girlfriend, some nigga touch you. What's the first call you gonna make? A call to me. So now I gotta come out there and I gotta rumble and I gotta put myself in a position to protect you and put myself in harm's way because you want to go out there and put yourself in a disrespectful position or a position for somebody to say something or touch you. Now we got a problem. When I said take the shorts off, put something a little bit more decent on. You see now? And when I get out
Hmm.
there and I'm fighting, I'm shot, I'm dead. You got the ass jeans on. You were standing at my funeral crying over my casket. Who benefited from that?
No one.
So how is that? So do you not see a change in that? Hey,
Hmm.
that's not appropriate. in this type of situation. You're only putting yourself in a precarious situation, a situation that is only going to lead to something totally different. You see that? So sometimes asking you to change and telling you to put something else on is a benefit, a help, a positive. Ain't nobody get knocked down to the ground and pulled off. We was just showing you a different way to dress because that shit ain't right or respectful. So miss me with the
Right.
willingness words. Miss me with the fly words that make you feel good. Because if something, you go out here and you put yourself in a position and I got to get a phone call to come protect you and something happens to me, my mama ain't going to want to hear, oh, well, my willingness to change, I'm going to change today. Her son dead now. So certain things that's going to benefit us ain't got to be explained. Sometimes we got to put them shits in motion.
Preach.
And all that about being single and I don't change for nobody. That's for the single people. Let that be for the single people. Because people that are not single in relationships, they did some sort of changing along the way in order to make their relationship and their partnership work and last. And they still changing.
That part. What's up, people? How's everybody doing? Everybody all right?
I'm hanging on a limb,
We
man.
cool. How about you?
I'm a little exhausted, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm very sick.
I have some shit to address though, man.
I'm very sick.
You got Nell fired up. He was a little, you know, under the weather when the show first started.
I keep Nell fired up. We just have that thing where I got the light to fire up.
You're a fucking fireworker. That's what you is. You like it. Like, I told you. That's what, you like that shit.
Not the fireworker.
I ain't you see, I'm changing. I didn't get all fired.
Not a fireworker.
I'm changing. I'm forming. Right? I didn't get all out of pocket. I ain't
did good.
I stuck to the script and I was respectful with it. That's called change. Positive. It's called conforming. Positive. And nobody lost their life or get hurt in this episode.
Yes. Look, yes.
It's still a little more time left.
Oh, right. No, he's the prophet.
I had some things to address, man. So
okay, he's the prophet. I feel better now.
Oh no, the shit starter will be here in a few. Okay. But I have some things to address as the prophet first. So first, I would like y'all again to put y'all purple hearts in the chat for domestic violence. And I want to say that, no, what the fuck you doing over there, dog? So I want to say about domestic violence, as you know, I was digging into it, you know, early this morning because y'all know I'll be up like 3-4 in the morning. As I was digging into it, you know, I learned that probably all of us have been either a victim or a contributor, you know, in domestic violence. And I heard you said a thing earlier, Katie, about if somebody hits you, you know, that they might not love you. They probably don't love you. And I didn't
say that.
I want to push back against that. So I want to say that even sometimes when somebody is physical with you or screaming at you, that could be a deeper issue within them. Like that might be something that they haven't controlled or, you know, learned about themselves. You know, even when somebody's yelling at you, that's a energy that they don't know how to control. Like you have to control your energy and put it in certain places. So a lot of times people can get caught up in, you know, domestic violence situations just because people don't know how to control their energy or their emotions. So we've all been, you know, either a victim or a contributor, and we have to now start being better, learning ourselves, learning our people. We have to, everybody just has to be better moving forward at this point. We're not 3 years old anymore, KD. It's just coddling time is over. Everybody's grown. Put on y'all big girl panties. We got to put on our big boy pants. Everybody's grown. We have to start moving forward, people, because we're behind, because nobody's teaching, Nobody's listening. Nobody's understanding us. We have to do this all together. I also want to say, y'all, some of y'all might not know, but Nell knows that my like I'm deeply rooted in music. So I'm a fan of battle rap, and somebody who asked me to be their DJ, you know, his name is Sue Surf. He's from New Jersey. He just got hit with a RICO charge. So he was right on the cusp of transitioning from battle rap to being coming up to trying to be a national star, and he just got hit with a RICO charge, which he's probably going to have to. He's facing 30, so he's probably going to have to take a plea deal, which will be at least 5, 10, maybe even 15. So I just want to, you know, send some prayers and some straight thoughts to my people. Sue Surf, free to wave. Also, it's still free BG. There's been reports coming out saying that, you know, she's not doing well. Her mental's, you know, all over the place. I believe that they have her in, you know, these small cells. How fucking tall is she now? Like 6'7"?
6'9",
Yeah,
6'10".
she's 6'9", so she's in uncomfortable position for all this time. It's almost been like a year now. She's still being detained, so they got to figure that out. Also, shout out to the S gang in the chat. Ish, what's up, S gang? P Valley has now been renewed for season 3, people. So that's a great thing. Let's continue to support our people. P Valley has been renewed for season 3. Also, any members in the chat, if you have not received your membership t-shirt, I need y'all to get in the UnCensored Mind inbox and send me your information so y'all can get y'all membership t-shirts. And we can move on.
Also, while we here,
No.
Ish, stop playing, Ish.
I'm sorry now. I just looked
like,
down at you. I just looked down.
This is you know, this is not for attention. It's not for laughs. Me and Ish could laugh about it because she knows what I go through. But my MS has been whooping my ass the past 2 weeks. As taking control over my body. You know, I had a seizure a couple days, like a week ago, dealing with some issues. So that's the reason why you see me with the ice pack. Just trying to control some things while I'm on the show here. But I said to say we all got our issues and we all going through some things. And I want to put a prayer out there for Barbara Jones, one of our very own. We'll be having a procedure done this Tuesday. As you all know, Barbara is an intricate part of our community here at UnCensored Minds. You know, on all platforms, she supports us all, and she's a voice of reason. She's also one of those supportive voices, and also one of those, you know, people who is like a big sister to us all. And we just want to say our deepest prayers go out to her as she goes through this procedure. We'll be praying, you know, early and often for you to make a speedy recovery. And know, just if you need anything, you know, you have your family here support. Also, another person that is a part of our Uncensored Minds, and also, as y'all seen on Tuesday night, a part of Game 7, Baines. He actually lost his aunt this week, and we'll be dealing with that. So, you know, that's family. You know, me and T, that's part of our family. So, we'll, you know, support him as he deals with, you know, losing one of his aunts. So, you know, just put your prayers out there for, you know, for those people going through those challenging times. You know what I mean? Whether it be physical, mental, spiritual. We all got something going on. And, you know, we may not be as bad as the next person, but, you know what I mean? Just compromise and compassion is definitely needed. And please, if you do nothing else, make sure y'all go out there and get y'all Tata's exam. It's still October and it's still Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Make sure early detection is key, and making sure that you put yourself in the best position to win.
What's up, people?
Absolutely. Prayers up.
You lost KD, man.
Huh? Yeah, we lost.
KD.
Couldn't take the change anymore. She said, "There she goes. She's
Sorry
back.
about that. Sorry.
You just couldn't take the change no more, huh? You didn't.
No, I I thought that I was turning my camera around and I hit the little circle button. And, okay.
You need.
Yeah.
You need to change that. Oh,
Mm,
you need to.
Ain't nothing. Yeah,
Need to
ain't nothing
new,
wrong with
new
cheating.
technology.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't write back.
mm.
See, Nell used to be like, bye, KD. So I guess, we haven't
I,
did that in a few
Hey,
weeks.
KD,
The camera
KD,
just kind of did it.
KD.
Uh-huh.
You see my name right there?
Oh shit.
Oh, gosh. Damn.
What's up, people?
Damn.
Ideology is back, man. Ideology is back, man. What the fuck, man? It's time to start some shit, man. Ideology.
Oh, man. Easter shit starter is here.
Listen, I
All
don't
right,
even
no,
know.
no. Listen, once again, this is a jump ball. I'm gonna roll the ball out for you, ladies, and y'all can have at it. And then me and Nell will chime in afterwards if need. So we have to get rid of some of these old ideologies and see life for what it is now in 2020, as we're not 3 year olds being coddled, and we have to get rid of these old ideologies. So a grand old ideology that has always been said from the beginning of time is this: once a cheater, always a cheater. So ladies, you don't got the ball. Have at it.
I don't believe in that statement. I do believe that individuals who cheat aren't always going to cheat. Sometimes I feel like cheating is situational. Other times I feel like cheating is not. But all in all, I don't feel that a person can never change and can never not be a cheater. So I don't believe in that statement.
Okay, then.
I don't believe it either. Believe it or not,
It's called
I do
cat,
not
man.
believe that all cheaters that once a cheater always a cheater, because at the time that you was cheating, obviously you weren't happy where you were. So what's to say that the next person you get with is not going to make you happy enough that you don't see others, that you don't want to cheat? So no, I don't believe in that. I mean, though there are few, I do think there are some people out there that don't cheat.
Nobody said anything about that, Kato.
What?
Of course, there's people out there that don't cheat. The question was, do you believe once a cheater, always a cheater?
No, I do not believe that.
What's your thoughts now?
no, I mean, anything has a willingness. Anybody or anything has the opportunity to change. There should be a willingness to change. Um, again, changed behavior is not a negative. It's a positive. You know what I mean? Um, as we know, cheating is a negative on any accord, regardless of however you look at it as a negative. But correcting those behaviors and making the necessary steps to quell that or be better than that is positive. So um, I look at things as um, there's never that statement is never true in anything. Always something, always this. Like once this, always that. Because once you break free of that, then you no longer wear that. And we are as imperfect people, we sin each and every day. So we don't wake up saying you're a sinner today, or we don't wear that badge of honor. We wake up with the hopes that we've been blessed to see another day and our sins have been forgiven. So we can make the necessary changes to be the better than yesterday than today.
Okay, so I want to ask the lady. So, in your time, going about either with your friends or whoever, has there been people that you pointed out and said, "No, this person's always going to be a cheater"?
I don't think I have. No.
KD.
I'm thinking, because I don't want to lie. Um, Yeah, yeah. A, a long time ago, this girl, we were friends, and she lived with my cousin, and she was always catching him cheating on her. And yeah, I told her, I said, he's gonna always be a cheater. I mean, he was my family. I knew him. And right today, he's cheating on the next one he with. Long as that been. So yeah, I have told someone that. Would I do that today? No, because I cannot point out to them what can happen in their relationship. I was younger then and
What is
opinionated.
what is the definition? What is your definition of cheating?
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, he was going out just all out cheating.
No, no, no. What's your definition? I just curious. What's your definition of cheating?
Well, if you have another relationship or another full blown relationship in any way with
Wait a minute.
someone else.
You have to have another full blown relationship?
Let them hold up. See, hold up.
Or if you have a
Let them go with it so we can
situationship
see what they're
going
saying.
on, you know,
Oh,
you may have a
wow.
situationship. I mean, if you are like going, if you have a side boo that you do the same thing with your boo, then I would say that's pretty much cheating.
So what if I don't do all the things that I do with my main chick? What if I just eat a bag of chips with her? We share a bag of chips.
There's nothing wrong with sharing a bag of chips. I
That's what
mean,
we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to get to, Katie. So what all is considered cheating? You just said you had to have a whole full blown relationship, or you have to be doing the things that you're doing with your girlfriend, right? That's what you just said.
hmm
So what if you're so if I'm doing different shit with this girl, is that cheating then?
well, I mean, if you only just eating chips, no. What else you got? I mean, I would have to know exactly what you're doing with this girl.
I mean, it's anything outside of your relationship, whether it's an emotional situation, whether you're texting this person on a regular, whether you're having, conversations, emojis, things like that,
So so
sexual relationship,
whoa whoa
whatever.
whoa 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 whoa. So now texting is cheating. That's what you just said.
Texting can be a form of cheating, yes.
Okay, I'm trying to get all the shit out that y'all is considered cheating. That's what we're trying to get to. What is on your list of all of these things that are considered cheating? That was Nell's question.
Hmm.
What else y'all got? If I
Physical
Um,
look,
relationships,
look,
stepping
look,
out.
listen. What if I was outside, right, and I ran past and slapped this girl ass? Did I just cheat?
you
What
stepped
was the
out of
purpose of that?
line.
What was the
That's
purpose
right.
of it?
I just
What was
wanted
the
to
purpose
find
of you
out.
doing that? Just for shits and giggles?
We was playing a game.
What? Okay.
We was playing a game. I'm
He
answering
said,
y'all question.
okay.
We was playing a game. I don't know where y'all from. We used to play games like that when I was younger. I don't know where
Yeah,
y'all
but
As a
we're not playing
kid,
no
you
games like
played
that
those games,
now.
not as a
Yeah,
grown ass
we're
man.
not playing no games like that right now. But okay, if you was playing a game, and okay, I mean,
so
no,
what
that
if it's
wouldn't be cheating.
look each? So what if it's game night and we playing Twister and her ass is on me? Like,
We
am I
playing
cheating?
Twister. No, we playing Twister. That's not
Yeah, you
cheating.
playing Twister.
The reason why I ask is because everybody has their own definition of cheating is, but typically when your mate is court or somebody that you're dealing with is court in a situation that you don't approve of, that's the first thing that they go to. Oh, you're cheating on me. And cheating does not necessarily always have to be physical. That's the question that I'm asking
Right.
is what is your definition of cheating? Um, right? Because you can have an emotional affair with somebody.
Right.
Does that necessarily mean that is intercourse involved?
No.
And and if that was brought to your attention, would you um, dispute that? Or would you, like if somebody said, well, if your man came to you and said, all right, well, you got this emotional connection with this guy. I consider that cheating. Are you going to defend your attachment to this person, or are you going to accept that and move accordingly?
If it's
Um,
brought to my attention and it's actually going on, well then I will accept that and we can address the situation because it had to be a reason to have been able to get the emotional attachment to someone else. It didn't just happen.
Why you doing all that now?
Is it,
Because
well,
they got the cat boy.
yeah,
They got the
same
cat
thing
boy.
be said. Would the same thing be said if it was a sexual interaction? So is sexual and emotional still not the same thing if it's considered cheating by your mate?
Right.
So
Run that
sexual.
by me again.
So there's only cheating if it's considered sexual. If it's emotional, it means, oh well, you've pushed me to the arms of somebody, you pushed me to the conversation of somebody else.
Right.
That's
Hmm.
still outside of your relationship.
Right.
So
Hmm.
you're still cheating in a sense.
Cheating. Mm-hmm.
While we put spins on it when it's to make it sound good,
Right.
when we doing it or the other person is doing it, but we'll put a negative connotation on something like, oh, you did it, so that's what it is. I'm just trying to help make it make sense.
Right.
I
And
think Jen,
open this broader range up so we can see certain things and
What I
behaviors
mean.
that
Speak.
parties both do and
mhm.
make it make sense. Because y'all say, oh, texting a girl or talking to a girl or going on lunch dates with somebody that you work with as co-worker, if I see that, I consider that cheating. But that's the same thing can be said if you got a work boyfriend or a work boo and your mate don't prove that.
Mhm.
That's a form of cheating if it's on that level, depending on your mate.
I agree.
I think Jen took the words right out of my heart and out of my mind. Intention. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be intention, whether it's a text message. If you're intending to have interaction with someone outside of your relationship that does not fall in line with that, it is cheating. It is considered cheating. It's the intention. It's what you're thinking in your mind. So see, you
So
said you smacked somebody ass. You might not have had any intention
right.
to do anything. It was a
Right.
game. It wasn't any intention. But you might be sending a good morning boo text with a heart. That's intention.
Hold on, Ish. I want to stay right there where you're saying that intention word. So, what if I don't have any intention, but you still feel like I'm cheating?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a difference. Because
Right.
my
The
intention might
fuck?
not be your thoughts.
Right.
Well, I always say what's done in the dark comes to light. So no matter what I might think, it's always going to show up eventually. So you might not have any intention and you might not be cheating, and I might think it, but unless it comes to fruition, then it's nothing. You see what
But
I'm
But
saying? It's only going
but
to be my thoughts.
but what? But
at
hold
the
on
same
now.
time,
Hold on now. But so in that moment, now you're treating me like I'm cheating, and now we have this issue when I'm not even doing anything.
No,
or
I'm not going to treat you. No way.
or I know y'all say whatever is done in the dark comes to the light, but don't y'all also try to flick the light on by doing
Right.
investigations and having your own, you running with narratives? So I know we sit and say, oh, it's done in the dark, it's surely at some point gonna come to the light, but don't y'all accelerate that lit
At
process of
times.
trying to turn on lights by doing your own investigation and looking for certain things, clues that you may think could be
Mhm.
possibly going on, and it could naturally just be innocent, and it could be on both ends.
Mhm. No,
And
I get
at
it. And
times, though,
sometimes it might fall in your lap. It might not necessarily you
hmm
always going to look for them. But it just might fall in your lap because that's just how the universe works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to come up and about. I might not even have to necessarily do anything to be looking for it. It might just fall in my lap, or it might just come a situation where I'm coming across something and I just see it. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to mean we're looking for it, though.
But more or less, y'all going looking for it.
Mm.
Right.
Well,
More or less.
how do you look for it? How do you look for it if you don't have the capacity to really look for anything or find anything? I mean, that's what I'm saying. How are you then looking for it?
Y'all look by doing simple shit. I could be in the bathroom, my phone could chirp. You glance over at it. It's all
That has
kinds of little shit.
happened. That has
It's all
happened.
kinds
Yes,
of little shit that
I
y'all
am
do.
guilty of that. I am guilty of that for sure.
Right.
for sure.
So it's all
So,
kinds of little things that you
But
don't.
that, but again, I will say, like, that's not something that you're searching for. That just happens. It just
Yeah.
falls in your
How,
fucking
how,
lap.
how is
hold
that
up,
not
hold up.
searching?
Y'all
You
make
don't gotta
That's
fucking
not
look over
searching.
there.
How is
y'all
that searching? How
You
is
don't
that
gotta
searching?
fucking look over there because my phone chirped. Your
No, no,
phone
I'm
ain't
not
chirp.
saying that. No. I'm not saying
Well,
that
we could be
by
looking to see if
glancing
one of the
over is
kids are
not
calling. We could be
not
looking to see
right.
if your mom is
No,
Look
calling.
no,
at
I'm
your
not
own
saying
phone,
that.
KD.
but this the thing though. Having
Yeah, I'm
some
not saying that.
have sometimes, and this is just with people, right? This is anybody. This male, female, dog, or cat. Don't we put ourselves? Don't we put thoughts in our mind that ain't always true, and we run with that just because we think it's the case?
Right.
And everything that you see that you've now convinced yourself could possibly be a threat looks like a threat. So y'all can say if somebody's if I'm given a reason to, y'all look for certain things that you think may be off and y'all run with that reason to continue to look and probe. And then you see something, you hear something that may be out of the ordinary to you, and you run with that and create a narrative that you think is the case and
Because
doesn't always lead to being fact
because,
finding.
look, no, because even if there is no reason, you'll create a reason. You'll fucking create a reason out of nothing.
And haven't we seen that far too often? Even taking ourselves out of the equation and seeing what friends have done or associates of ours, how they've played this mind game on their own self. And to come to find out, it was just something that they just really, it was just something that was made up and they ran and put energy behind it. So it came, a light turned on and they thought it was that. Right? We see that all too far too often when we remove ourselves from certain situations. We can be like, damn, my girlfriend, one of my homies was really gaslighting his own self, thinking he found something on his shorty, but it really wasn't that, and he was just tripping.
Listen,
And y'all women can see the same thing with your girlfriends. Oh shit, she was just really in the mix,
now,
and she really went crazy with that, and she thought it was the case, and now look at her in a situation where she actually put something out there that really wasn't it, and now it's come back to bite her or him. Sometimes we gotta be careful in certain things, or having a real understanding what our partner would look like. Right? We can't just exhibit behaviors that are conducive to what you wouldn't say accept, and that's what I'm trying to get at. What you wouldn't accept on your behalf for your partner, you gotta walk that same line.
right.
If you wouldn't want them texting and talking to other women and talking, even if it's friendly, then you
But,
gotta do it.
but but how much of this is not even reality? Like,
It's not reality, but this is the thing that we live by these rules that are created only to just not be broken by the next party,
right,
right? We create these rules for our partners and our mates, but in the grand scheme of things, we go to work, we doing that same shit that we don't want them to do. But just because it ain't come out on that end, or they don't have privy information, or they ain't even looking for it, it is a blind eye turn to it. But because it's seen by you and whatever, then you pressing the issue, and basically, you know what that is a sense of insecurity, because
right.
insecurities will lead you down a dark path to create certain things and to see shit that you really ain't seeing.
No, I wanna stay right there because I want to address what Helen is saying in the chat. She said, I would be the first one to admit that I was wrong because I went off a gut feeling. First of all, I don't want your apology. Don't fucking accuse me of something that I didn't do. Get your fucking facts first. How about that?
What'd you
Oh,
say? Get your facts first.
yes,
You know,
get
you
your
know why
fucking
that's
facts
important to get
first.
your facts first.
Yes,
How would you like if we came home as men and were accusing you? You would feel so horrendous.
right.
You would feel bad. One, that I think of
No
you that
fucking
way.
apology.
Two, you would be like, where's this coming from? And three, you would just not like it.
Mm.
Right,
So even though you might apologize, just like we talked about earlier when we opened the show, and please, I hope no one gets offended by this comment, but if you punch somebody in the eye, even if you meant to do it or you didn't, and you apologize, their eye is still hurt. Second of all, they are now a little bit guarded when
right,
you approach them because they don't know if you're going to swing again. So you have to be super cognizant of the things that you accuse people.
Now, the chat is going crazy with the same question that I fucking hate. And I'm so fucking sick of women saying this shit because it makes no fucking sense. The question is, why does a person cheat? What makes a person cheat?
It's simple.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the most simplest thing.
Not only that. Now, this is what they'll always, pin their fucking head on. Well, if that was the case, then you should have just left the person. Maybe you don't want to leave that person. Maybe you're with the person and they're not doing something that you like, so you go out and you outsource. That don't mean that I want to leave you. That just mean that you chose not to
How in
change.
the hell you gonna outsource a relationship? Really?
And that's cool, but you should speak to the individual,
Right.
let them know what the problem is and why you're going to step out.
This is what I'm saying, Ish. This is what I'm saying. After you've taken all of these steps, this is the part that I'm trying to get to the ladies. They always want to say that what you should never cheat, and that's not reality. I'm trying to bring people to the real world. If we're together and we've been together for years and you haven't sucked my dick in 3 years and I talk to you about it 5 million times, you can't get mad at me if I go get my dick sucked. That's all I'm saying. The fuck are we talking about?
But how discreet are you being? Are you putting it all in her face?
Why would I put it all in her face, Katie? That don't make no sense.
Well, if she find out you cheating, then somebody got sloppy.
That don't mean I had to put it in her face. She could have just found out. Shit,
but I mean,
it comes out.
And if you telling me, then I don't have no choice but to understand, like, okay, well, I'm not doing something that's needing to be done, but don't not tell me no shit, and then you going ahead and doing some shit, and like that's whack.
Right, but I'm talking about in the communication form of it, where you have communicated these things, and they've chosen to say, "I'm still not doing it," like KD, like KD, who said, "I'm not conforming or changing," like KD, who's saying, "I'm not conforming or changing."
For the record, y'all, that's not true.
This is how or why some people may cheat. Yes, there are people who are just flat out assholes who just cheat for no reason. But there is certain times where you do have violent shit that you can stand on. Right. And I hate when people act like that's not a real fucking thing.
No, that's a real thing.
And that's true. I mean, you got a point in that aspect of it, T.
Communicated though, T. And that's like you said, it's very important to talk about it and communicate it.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it.
I got a question for you, T. She said, really?
So this bullshit. Hold on, let me see what it is.
So she said, so that's justifiable to stray.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's right. I'm saying that I understand it. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should do it. I'm saying that it's understandable. And if she doesn't know how, hold on now, put that back up. If she doesn't know how or like it, then what the fuck am I supposed to do in all of these years that we're still together? Am I supposed to just go without for the rest of my fucking life because you don't like to do it? If you don't like to do it, you're making a conscious choice. I might not like to lick your nipples, but if you like that, guess what the fuck I'm gonna do? Lick your nipples.
Right.
Question.
What's up?
When you got with her, did you know that she didn't like to do that?
KD, that's fucking irrelevant. It's fucking irrelevant.
No, that's a valid question. Did you know that she did not like to suck dick when you got with her?
KD, that's as simple as maybe she did, and maybe she didn't like it, so she doesn't do it anymore. Or maybe I got with her. Or maybe I got with her and she never did.
So she started it and
No, Katie, we can stay right there. Maybe I got with her and she never did it, but I thought in the 5 years that we've been together that you might have done me a solid one of these fucking times, and you still chose not to. What the fuck are we talking about?
T, did you have to make it sound like that? She would do you a solid. Okay, I
Because y'all
point
act like
taken.
y'all live in this fantasy fucking fairy tale world, and that's not fucking real.
All right, so see, let me ask you something.
Nobody said
You're
cheating was okay, Renee. Nobody said that. I said that if you're with somebody, you should do for your partner the same way you want your partner to do for you. And if you choose not to, you're making that conscious choice to say "fuck you." That's what you're doing. When you choose to not do that, you're choosing consciously to say "fuck you" to your partner. Go ahead. What you want to ask me?
no, I'm just saying. So, but in the same token, you're providing and doing everything she needs you to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Mhm.
Now, what's the questions over there now? What they saying in the chat, man? What's the problem is?
No, Jennifer said if you don't take care of your person, best believe there's a line of people ready to take
Hey,
them.
And Jennifer, you hit
Mhm.
the nail on the head. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It don't just go one way; it goes both ways.
It
right.
goes both
It
ways
goes both
for
ways.
sure. But that's a very true statement, Gina.
Hmm.
So
What's
let's stay there then. What makes it what's it's a true statement. She hit it on the head, but let's dive deep into it.
What?
What you know? Uh,
um
she said. I mean, y'all said is very true. Whatever,
right.
whatever. So just because your person don't do it,
No. I would. Yeah, I can stay right there. I can explain that. That's as simple as you can be with your girlfriend or whatever, or y'all girls can be with y'all guy. And some people stand on your title and be like, "Well, since I'm your boyfriend or your girlfriend, even though I don't want to do that, you just have to respect it, and you're not supposed to step out and want that at all." They stand on the title of what they are to you to use that against not doing what you asked them to do. That's
so
what happened.
if y'all said y'all agree with that,
Mhm. No, I don't agree with what T said. No,
What the
what
fuck
that
you
means, what
mean?
Jen is saying,
no, I'm saying
man
you
or
agree with.
woman. Hmm.
You
Right,
say you
Ken?
agree with Jen saying is if you don't
Hmm.
take care of your person, best believe there's a line of people ready to take
Right.
care.
Exactly, and that goes for man or for woman.
So,
If you are not
so Katie, what part didn't you
emotionally,
agree with?
physically, or whatever, if you're not doing it for that person, then yeah, that's it's going to be somebody else to do it. Whether it's a platonic friend or whatever, but
Right.
it's going to be somebody in there to fill in what you're
Oh
not doing
boy.
for your person. I totally agree with that
Hey,
too.
So,
Nate,
so
what
if
part of
you
what I was? Hold on now. What part of what I was saying didn't you agree with, Katie?
Well, shit, T, you done said so much I don't forgot now.
Right now.
so if you say if you are in agreements that somebody is willing to, if there's a line of people out there willing to do, are you accepting that challenge? Are you accepting that from them?
Right.
Say what now, Neil?
If you saying you agree with that, that
You
you
know,
agree
you know
that
what he's saying is, it's a line outside waiting to do it for him, but you still don't want to do it. So, do you agree that he should still respect it? To not do it.
I mean, by that point, if something like that is happening in the relationship, best believe they both probably doing their own thing anyway.
no,
Mhm.
no,
That's
that's
So
not
at
true.
that point,
that's
it's
not
That's not
time to
true.
like call a
not
That's not
spade with
true.
what it is.
that's
That's
not
not
true
true. That's not true.
because
It can be.
it's given. You know what it's given? It's given. If it works for me, it works for me.
Right.
If it's going to benefit me, it's going to benefit me. But don't you dare go out and do it yourself
Well,
because
sometimes it's like that.
no. But you can't. You can't. We can't live in a world like that where
Right.
because whatever, then I'm going to go out here and get it. But the moment you get it, then you labeled as being wrong. If you
Mhm.
standing on a principle, stand on that
Stand on the
principle the
principle.
whole way through. If you
Right.
say cheating is wrong on all levels, then you can't say cheating is right if a person ain't providing you with something.
Right.
Stand on that.
Right.
That's
Mhm.
what I'm saying. Like we gotta have something that we stand on and be firm in it.
Right.
Because if the moment you waver because it benefits you, that means they gotta benefit the other person that you with too. You can't hold them hostage if they go out and do. So that's why I said if you believe cheating is wrong on all levels, then it's wrong on all levels, regardless of the person doing something for you or not, and or they just wanted to do it because they wanted to do it. It's wrong, right? It only is not cheating the moment you are free and clear, right?
Right. Right.
So that's why I said we can't teeter-totter with the, all right, well, that makes sense. Jen's comment was amazing comment. It's great. I enjoyed that comment. But we can't say, oh, well, cheating is wrong, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all that. That's cheating is wrong. But then say, well, if I ain't getting it from you, damn sure believe it's 15 other men out there willing to give me what you ain't giving me.
Right.
It's cheating, sweet.
Or 15 other women out there
But
with
it's
me. I
still
mean, it goes
cheating.
both
It
ways.
don't make it acceptable because the person ain't doing it. You know what you do? You back out. Thank you. This was great. I appreciate it. I'm out.
And I think
No,
I said
no,
that. I think
no,
I did say that.
No,
no,
you did not. You
no,
said you gonna go get it.
no.
But you don't gotta leave every time. That's what I'm
I'm
saying though.
saying.
Like cheating is cheating.
No.
Cheating is cheating. We can't have gray areas. If you say cheating is cheating, cheating is cheating. That's why I asked the question, what's your definition of cheating? Because everybody is different.
Right.
That person may say, I'm cool with it as long as I know.
But no,
And
I
that person
want
might say, I ain't it.
I want to stay on that last thing you said, because you might not want to leave this person. So now the ball is in your court.
I agree, but I'm saying if you saying cheating is cheating, then cheating is cheating. Cheating ain't cheating just because it's sufficing one. And
But that's what I'm saying. Even if it is cheating, that don't mean that I'm leaving you or you leaving me.
That's
To
true.
work it out.
Right.
That's true. That you can work it out. People be so ready to just walk away at the drop of a dime.
Right.
They be ready to throw relationships in the trash when things don't go the way they wanted to go. And it's like, where's your worth ethic?
Right.
Where's your stick to it?
It's not always warranted to just leave the relationship. You might not want to leave the fucking relationship. Maybe I fucking love her. I just need to go get my dick sucked. I don't understand how people don't understand this shit. Like,
you know
this
what be so crazy?
This is the real world.
Everybody say they
So
will.
you love
Everybody
her
will say
and
they
she
will leave. I guarantee you, won't leave. It ain't that easy.
Go ahead, Katie. What you
When
saying?
you
it's
are
not.
emotionally attached to somebody,
What's your
walking
question,
away
Katie?
is not easy.
What's your
No, it's
question,
not.
Katie?
I do agree now. Okay, so if she say, T, I don't want you going over there getting your dick sucked anymore, are
Then
you
suck
gonna
my
stop?
dick. How about you suck my dick then? What are we talking about? I don't want to go over there and get my dick sucked. You giving me no choice. If you push me against the wall, the fuck you want me to do? I want you to suck my dick. You don't want to.
But it's like Helen say, what if she don't know how to?
Then we gotta work at this then.
Yeah.
Are you putting forth the effort to work on this, or are you just saying I don't know how and I'm not even going to try? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to learn? That's the question.
Right.
Are you willing to do what
Right.
you need to do in your relationship to change?
I've seen people plenty of time stand on their title of wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or whatever, and say, because I'm this, I don't care and I don't have to do that, and you just have to fucking sit there and take it. And that day is over. I'm sorry to have to tell y'all this, but that fucking day is over of standing
That
on your title.
that day never existed because I mean if they weren't getting what they wanted at home, they were gonna step out anyway.
Anyway,
Okay,
regardless.
plenty of people that sit there and fucking suffer in silence. Don't fucking say that. It's plenty of people that sit there and suffer in silence and they just take it because that's their partner. What I'm saying is that day is now over.
Not for me. If I love somebody that much,
First of all, now you love getting your dick sucked, so I don't even want to hear this shit.
I do.
I call bullshit.
You know why I don't call bullshit? Because there's certain limitations and things that I can't do. Not understand that. So when you come to the understanding and realization that it's just going to be shit that you ain't going to always be able to do to please your partner, you understand that it's more important things than just some head,
right,
some dick, some talk.
right.
It's more important things
right.
that we
Hold on now. Right, you're right. Now there is things that's more important, and it's all what's more important to you.
Absolutely. That's why I said for me.
Listen. What I'm speaking about, hold on now. What I'm speaking about is you love this girl. Y'all got 5 years in, and she still ain't sucked your dick once. But you love her, and you don't want to leave her. Now, the next 25 fucking years, you still ain't getting your dick sucked?
Yo, there's certain things that I'm
nigga, get it.
I'm certain things that I'm accepting. You know
right.
why? Because I'm faced with certain limitations that I can't perform.
Right.
And I know that within myself.
No. Hold on,
love to me over love to
wait
me.
a minute. No, wait a minute. We can stay right there. There is certain times that you can't perform. I agree with that. But it's not a time that you're never going to be able to perform.
Absolutely. But you know what? My love for this person is more than physical. Love to me is a deeper thing, deeper connection than a physical connection. If it's just based upon physical, then I ain't got shit with this person. That's how I look at it. My physical attributes with this person outweigh. I mean, my connection with this person, my deeper connection with this person is more deeper than sexual.
You're going to KD right now. You're running off the train track.
I'm not running off the train track. If she can't suck my dick, if she can't suck my dick, or she don't suck my dick.
Hold on. That's just a figure of speech, the sucking the dick part.
Oh, I know.
What I'm saying is, you also need physical intimacy.
I need it.
Now you might love this person, but she's not going to give you no physical intimacy. I'm not just talking about getting your dick sucked. I'm talking about a fucking hug. So
a hug?
Yes.
Bro, you know what? I look at things a little different. If somebody can't give me something,
no, it's not a question of can't. It's a question of won't. That's what
they won't do it.
Right. That's what
I won't do it.
It's not a question of can't. It's a question of won't. That's what I'm trying to get to.
I'm conforming.
All right, you're a good brother.
Like when I love hard.
I do too, but you got to touch on me. I'm sorry.
You got to touch. It's certain, yeah, absolutely. But if shorty ain't on arms and she can't touch me.
That's what I'm saying. You going off the track again, Nell. You're going with can't.
I'm just telling you how I look at it.
No, because you keep taking it.
If that's what it is for me, that's what it is for me.
Right.
No, because
we talking about simply not
wanting to. She can't. I ain't saying if
she won't.
I'm saying she won't.
She just won't.
Right.
She won't do it. If my love is set up that way, then my love set up that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what
love is a
saying.
motherfucker, yo. Love is a powerful motherfucker. It's cool.
And I'm still gonna love
shit
you.
Just grab you, and you can't release yourself from that.
No, I'm still gonna love you after I go get my dick sucked.
Oh wow, he went there with the mic.
Yo, for the panel, she said, "What's your definition of love?" And she want the shit starter to go first.
I mean, it's everything. It's everything. Like, I mean, you got to put that person first to a limit.
Whoa! Now we touched on this on Thursday.
Right.
I'm glad you said that. We had a video, and this is to let the people out there know what we talking about. We had a video that was presented to us that I sent to the group on in our Thursday chat that we talked about getting prepared for the show. And the guy said simply this: my number one priority is not you. It's me getting myself to where I need to be. My second priority is God. Then my third priority is you.
No, I wanna stay right there because
stay there and see what that talk about that.
Because you was going off the train track. So my question is like a simple thing could be like, you're having a rough time, you having your physical thing, and she's there with you, and she can rub your back, but she's choosing not to.
Yeah.
Now, how long is this fucking lasting? She sees you in pain, and she just keeps walking to the refrigerator. She hungry.
Like, you all right.
Right.
You all right.
You know what? It's only going to last for so long.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
But that lasting so long is going to make me say this, and I've said this before. What you won't do, someone else will. But trust and believe you won't be there anymore. So I'm letting you know that
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna find it, and you won't be in the picture no more. So it's no avenue for me to have you around me if you can't fulfill certain wants and needs of mine.
Exactly.
That's not going to mean you're going to be laid up in this bed and I'm going to be coming in 3 o'clock in the morning after getting my back rubbed by somebody else. No. If that person is going to give me what I need, that person going to be here with me, and she not.
And
So
that's what I
there's no
said
need to
earlier.
cheat. She's going.
But what if you don't want her going? You love her.
Love can only take you so far, brother.
You just said you don't
I
know
love
how
her.
far.
I
Love
love her in the
don't
strength
know.
of if she ain't sucking my dick, she's not sucking my dick. Cool.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you can't give me and you're not willing to work through that, and we've had multiple conversations, then it's a dunion.
That's what I'm trying to get to. That's
But
all.
I'm not going to keep her around. That's the difference. It ain't no more keeping you around. I love you enough that I gotta let you go. It ain't no keeping you around because the next girl is gonna be around.
That's a slippery
That's what
slope.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, love is love to me. I love it. Love is important to me. Yes, but I love myself enough to
Cool with that,
say
Sarah?
you're not the one, and I'm going to go get the one, and you can go.
That's what
Yeah.
I've been saying from the
It ain't no
beginning.
arguing.
You
It ain't
gotta
no
find that
fighting. It
vibe.
ain't none of that.
I'm not mad at that. All I'm trying to tell y'all is that there is instances where you love this person that much that you don't want them to go.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
And
you
you
do
work through
have
certain
some
shit.
like
Like
that.
I said before, I had somebody cheat on me,
Right.
and so many people say, "Leave." They leave. No, you're not.
Right.
That shit ain't easy to just to walk away from somebody you love after they cheated or they made the mistake. You know why? Because your feelings are wrapped up in them. You also got things that you need to uncover yourself or even unearth, and you're asking yourself, "Well, was I not good enough?"
She can do whatever she want to do. Sarah, she's grown up just like I'm a grown up. I keep telling y'all, I don't play the one sided shit.
Yeah,
She's a
I don't
grown
play
up.
about this shit either.
Yeah,
Like,
she's a
like
grown
this
up.
the
She can do
thing.
what the fuck she want to do. I'll
People
control
people got free reign to do what they want to do. I can't make somebody do what I want them to do. I would like to do that. I would like to think that she's not going to, but if
Right.
she does, she does. I don't put people on pedestals because the moment they break your heart, do you lose yourself?
Right.
So
Mhm.
you gotta realize and understand people are going to do what they want to do, regardless if you want them to do it or not. And
So
that's no
true.
knock on you. That just meant that that's what they wanted to do for themselves.
Hold on, now we got questions and statements in the comments because Helen said that there are things that could be absent in a relationship that don't mean to cheat. And you're right with that. That
Yeah.
don't mean you do have to cheat. You don't have to cheat, but it all depends on what you need for you. Like what you need for you is going to be different from what I need for me. Now,
But you know what that's people say that there's a lot of things that could be absent in a relationship, but it don't mean to cheat. It don't. But are you aligning yourself with the things that you're missing in your relationship with
right,
someone else?
right,
Or if you don't have communication at home, are you going out to bars or places and getting conversation from other men?
right,
So we think certain things ain't cheating, but it can be.
right.
You're opening the door to things that is a problem in your relationship, and you're gravitating to the things that is a problem, and now you're getting solace in that. So what's only going to happen is it going to cause problems in your home because now somebody's giving you something that ain't inside of your home.
Not necessarily. You
You
can
got to be careful of that though.
yeah, you got to be careful of that, but you can compartmentalize.
You can compartmentalize it, right?
Hmm.
And that's why we said not everything is cheating.
Right.
That's why I said, what's your definition of cheating? What does that mean to you?
Hmm.
Right?
All right. Hold on. Rhonda had said something that I wanted to talk about. So she said if two people was in a relationship and they both were supposed to cut off their friends, but one of them didn't, is that still cheating?
Hmm?
if two people were in a relationship and y'all both are supposed to cut off your friends and one of them didn't, is that still cheating?
Cut off what kind of friend?
Your friends, period. Nigga, you seen plenty of people get in a relationship and cut off all their friends.
Platonic friends. So this
Hey,
is
I'm
what
supposed to
he's
cut you pieces
asking.
in mine and all them off?
Yes, this shit happens every fucking day.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
Why would you want me to
No,
do
it's
that?
not cheating.
That's not cheating. I'm
Mhm.
cheating with my homies.
No, you're cheating because you didn't cut off your friends and she cut off her friends.
Platonic friends is what
No,
she
just
means.
friends in general, Katie. I'm talking about just friends.
Oh,
Katie,
I
you
thought
haven't
Rhonda was speaking
Katie,
of the difference.
Katie, you
Mhm.
haven't seen people get into a relationship and cut off all their friends?
Yeah, I have
That's
seen
what I'm
that
saying. I
happen.
want to. Are we
Yeah,
talking
I
reality
have seen that.
tonight? This is a real
I
thing.
have. So true.
Shit
And
happens.
that's the kind of change I said that you shouldn't be willing to change.
Right.
That type of change.
So her question was,
But
is
nobody didn't ask you to cut them off. You just
no,
don't.
no, that was a conversation. That was a
Oh, that
conversation.
was the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Why should you? If your friends ain't a detriment to you, then why should you?
That's what I mean.
Because they want to change you.
She might feel like your friends are a detriment.
Oh.
She might feel like your friends are taken away from her time. So it could be a lot of these things. A lot of people
Or
are
that they're a bad influence
right.
on you.
It can be a lot of shit. Right. That shit happens all the time. I've seen that shit happen with some of my closest friends. They can't come outside.
Yeah. I say that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about what we talked about on Thursday? And we needed to bring that to the show tonight because that was such a great point, right? He said, I can't put you can't be my number one priority because I have to put myself first. After I put myself first, I have to then put God. And then here comes you being my third priority. What's your thoughts on that?
You're not coming first.
Yeah, I mean,
Where do y'all as women want to stand in the priority chart? That's the question.
Great
yeah,
question.
Where do y'all want to
that
stand?
sounds about right.
You want to be third? You cool with being third?
I'm
Cool
cool with
being
being
third?
third.
You cool with being third? Kid?
Absolutely.
Third to what he said. Yeah.
No, okay. Don't stay on the surface. You know we talked about this on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stay on the surface of this. You cool with being third to his football games, everything else. Are you cool with being
No.
third? All right, then.
To a certain extent, I'll give you Sunday. You said 3 nights, okay. Sometime I can go with 3 nights, but hell, y'all left me from the. I couldn't even go to the damn game because I want something to drink. You said I can't ask for nothing to drink,
You can't come to
so
the game.
y'all left my ass at home. So
All right,
now,
so
I
the
mean, there's
people,
a limit
let's
to it.
talk. Let's give y'all a brief outlook of what Katie is talking about. So we talked about this on Thursday, and we said, all right, so if I enjoy a basketball game or a football game, and we're at home, I said, how about a night out on a town? You know what that does? It suffices a need of mine, but also a need of yours of having a date night. We're together. We're doing something together. We're enjoying this together. We're on a date. I'm enjoying something that I'm doing. You're enjoying my company. We go to the game. She says she's going to ask me to get up in the middle of the game and get her soda, ask me to walk her to the bathroom,
Right.
and damn near miss parts of the game just to suffice her thirst and her pee. Is that too much?
But okay, now let's fill them in on the rest of it. I said then that they have a little concession guys and the guys and the gas that come down with the sodas. They won't even let me reach across them to buy one. I said, well, then let me sit on the outside. They said, no, you're not sitting on the outside. Hell, I can't win for losing. So they told me keep my ass at home
Nah,
because I
nah.
want something to drink.
You can reach to get a soda because they're not going to reach over me. They're going to reach in front of me. That's cool. But why do I got to get up and go to the bathroom with you?
Well,
Why
you don't
do
have to
me
go
and
to
T
the
or T got
bathroom
to
with
get up
me.
and go to the bathroom with you when you go to the bathroom?
Well, you can't go
My
inside.
name with her,
So
she can't go to the game with me. She can't go to the game with me. So don't even put my name. can't
He
go.
said my ass ain't going. Well, now I can go to the bathroom by myself, but I mean, and I would learn the rules about making sure you get your drink when you sit down. I have that's called learning your partner.
Mhm,
Oh my mother.
mhm.
Where?
It's called
And
learning your
etiquette.
partner.
This was not the conversation Thursday. We did not lead in off.
Well, I had more time to think about it since
It's
then,
cat.
Neil.
It's cat.
So you know what that
I
is?
have more time to think
You
about
know
it.
what you
I
just
mean,
did? You in your relationship, you learned something new. You learned
yes.
how to conform.
Hmm.
Did you die?
No. Right here
Exactly. So
talking
that's
about
why
it.
we say there's positive changes that we can make that will benefit the both parties. So, so you were saying because you was flip flopping, KD, that you wouldn't mind coming third based upon those levels. Where do you see yourself? Take all that out the equation. Do you think you're his number one priority, or where do you see yourself on a priority chart?
Minus those two things, I should be number one.
So
I
you're
mean, as
okay with
for
him?
to a certain extent, not in everything, not in everything. I mean, I should be your first priority in reaching out to me each day. I should be your first priority and thinking about me before you go to bed. Yes, I should be that priority if I am that significant in your life. That's if we're at that level. If I am
No,
that significant in your life,
no. Are you
then yes,
paying
make me a priority.
attention?
That's cool. So do you agree with him or her, whoever it being, prioritizing themselves first, getting themselves back to their center, their square, before they can worry about any other thing else? Then after doing that, having a better or having a relationship with God, a strengthened relationship with themselves, then God, so they can be the best
Hmm.
version of themselves, physically and spiritually, for you.
And I do agree with that, but you need to have the conversation so that the person won't think you are just ignoring them or has to leave them from your life because narratives will be written when
Wait
they
a
know
minute.
not what's
Wait,
going
wait a
on.
minute. Wait a minute. So because you're not my first priority when I wake up and go
No,
to
no, no,
bed.
no, no, no. I said that. No, no. I'm saying that if you are, if you're going through a spiritual healing or whatever, you need to get to know yourself. Let's have that talk. That is something that can be understood. That is something that maybe I can even help you do. If if that helping is stay is even keeping your space, but you're keeping your space, and then I'm not raising hell because I think you're doing something slick and trick, because now I know.
So you're not saying that you need to be my first priority before I go to bed.
Not necessarily no.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was clear because I thought I heard that and I was like, whoa, what the?
You heard it at first, but no, no, not necessarily. But at some point during the day or 2 or 3 days within that time, make me a priority in something.
Right. Once again, are you giving head?
That will be discussed.
Oh,
That would definitely be discussed. Like I would, if I didn't, well then I go out and find a Mary to do it for you.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So you bring home a concubine.
If that's what it takes for you, if I can't do it for you, I'll go and find somebody. I'll like go in there, do
That
the do, and come on
102.
out.
Remember, she said that episode 102, because on episode 103, she's going to say, I ain't doing shit. You got to stand on what we stand on. The receipts is being printed. Like, you ain't willing to do.
Print those and
Y'all say
and
y'all
I
ain't, but
agree.
she
I
said she
just may
wasn't going
say
to never share. So you
because we
sharing it?
change our mind. Well, tonight I feel like that, but I ain't gonna promise you next week I'm gonna feel like that. You right.
Oh,
I
okay.
I may
You didn't.
I
You
may
can't.
say
You
next week,
can't
no, I ain't with it.
She flip flopping every week, dog.
flip flop.
She flip flopping every week, dog.
Crazy. This is awesome. This was a beautiful topic. We knew it was going to evoke conversation. It was going to make us think long and hard. Like Rhonda said, Aisha, I hope you and Nell feel better. I know how you feel. I'm feeling like that too. My head feels like it's going to fall off.
Dang.
I don't know what is going on. I can't pinpoint it. I try. It's dangerous.
I'm glad I got my ass up out of Philly before that started hitting me.
You throwing smut on our name over here in Philly, like we some kind
Oh
of.
no! It's just that the sickness in the air.
Whoa, no!
KD,
KD, somebody is challenging you. I love it. So Diana says, so now you're inviting somebody else into your relationship, KD? Make it make sense.
Oh no, Diana, it's just that if T got to get his thing sucked that bad, and if I agree with it because I don't like to do it, well, I just figure I may as well go and find a woman that to make sure that there's no chance of him hopefully falling in love with. I just go and get her and I'll leave the house.
These are
he do that shit right. He falling in love with it. Whether you find him or not.
Called compartmentalize, people. Compartmentalize.
But on the real, Diana, was that Diana or Rhonda who said that? Diana. On the real, no, Karen D ain't having that shit.
Pick a side. Pick a side.
On the real, Karen D ain't having that shit.
Make it make sense.
Pick a side, Kate. She on the fence, dog.
Make it make sense.
She on the fence, dog.
We would have to work it out some kind of way. No, I couldn't have somebody else servicing my man.
Okay. Just do it then, man. Just do it.
All right, so this has been a great show as always. Episode 102. If you've been under a rock, if you've been with KD, or you just you missed a wonderful show on Tuesday. It premiered this Tuesday, October 18th at 7 p.m. It's called Game 7. Hosted by the shit started a prophet, my homie, my dog. All of ours, our guy, and it's an amazing show.
Oh, while we're here, can y'all put some hearts in the comments? Yesterday was my brother's birthday. He turned 50. He don't want me to tell him about he turned 50. Yesterday
Mike.
was my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike. I'll go back and put him in there. I'm scared to go in there now, but happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
Game 7 will be back on Thursdays at 7.
Thursdays at 7. What makes this show unique is because it's a learning experience for those who don't know, but it's also a meeting ground for those that love it. And it's a safe place that you're going to all have fun, regardless if you know basketball or not. Or a lot of people say, I don't know nothing about basketball. I don't care. You don't have to know basketball to come in and experience a good time. And that's what it is. It's a good time. It will actually have you answering questions that you didn't even know you knew. So check it out, Game 7, this Thursday at 7 p.m., which would be proceeding us here at Telemade Kicks this Wednesday. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this show. This is going to be one of the shows that you're going to be looking back on and be like, yo, T and Nell crazy. Eat that we are both dropping this week. We got some knowledge that we both dropping this week. So just make sure y'all there. We got a special guest coming on this week from our UnCensored Minds family, who y'all will recognize. We ain't gonna spill the beans yet. But when y'all see her on the show, I want y'all to throw the hearts up for her.
And this also being the last week and the last Wednesday in October will be the pickups for October for both me and Nell.
So you're gonna see some stuff that you be like, what? He went and got those? We did that, and then us again on Sundays. Hopefully Ish, myself, and KD start to feel better. And y'all might be like, what's wrong with KD? She fucking crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna be KD.
She crazy. But we appreciate y'all. we really appreciate y'all. And I know it's a running joke here every week on each network, but I can expect to see Rhonda in the chats first. We know that's going to happen. That's just like the weather being the weather. It's just going to happen. So we hope to see everybody alive and well again. Put your prayers out there for Barbara. Put your prayers out there for Beans as they journey through this, part of their life. And just see them through, help them through that dark tunnel and help them see the light. And I mean, always remain positive, always be willing to learn. Open your mind. Don't close it. Open your mind and let it be a sponge of in a place where you can gather knowledge, come together and help to teach somebody else. Be a blessing to somebody else. Don't be somebody that's just holding all the information in for themselves and not sharing it. Don't be one of those OGs that don't want no competition, don't like no competition, so they just want to keep everything to themselves. Pass it on.
This is an educational show, so I want to say from this Sunday to next Sunday, I'm not speaking until one of these ladies teach me something new.
Okay, yeah, right.
What are we year rating? What are we year rating? What are we year rating for, Katie?
You're not gonna speak until we teach you something new.
That's what I just said.
See, the first problem with that would be anything we try to teach you.
KD.
You already know.
KD. This is what we're not going to do, right? Because going forward, he's extending himself to be. So let's not look at it as what he was not willing to do before.
You're always trying to put out a fire that's not even getting started.
He's asking for some information that will help him get better. So let's do it. If you have information that can be provided that help, just do that.
That part.
Let's not create a narrative because that's what you think. Let's just give him what he's asking for.
Thank you, Nell.
Also,
Marilyn,
people want to know, how is Ebony? We didn't see her tonight. What's up? How's she doing? What's the prognosis? What's going on?
Ebony is doing. She's actually doing pretty good. I think she's meal prepping because she had said she was going to be here tonight. So I don't know what happened, but we have spoken 3 or 4 times today. So she's doing fine. She hasn't went for the mammogram yet, but we will keep you abreast as to what's going on. But as far as Ebony herself, the chick went yesterday to a sip and walk, and then she went to a breast cancer awareness event, and she won. I mean, this huge basket for breast cancer. So it seemed like everything is working for her and in line with her. But Ebony herself, right now, she's doing fine. I'll have to actually give her a call when I get off of here to find out why she wasn't on here.
Nice. Also, let's put some prayers in the air for Helen as she has the procedure tomorrow. Just praying for her, the doctors having a steady hand, making sure everything is all right, making sure that we are, building a fence around her so she's protected and loved. So, Helen, you have our prayers as well. So before we get up out of here, let's go on our 60-second journey.
Hold on now. Before we go on the 60 seconds, I just want to say to Marilyn and Helen, from the bottom of my heart, y'all, I'm not condoning cheating. All I'm simply saying is take care of your mate. That's all. That's all. Go ahead,
mate. Let's go around the world and see what these scores looking like.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted.
The Cincinnati Bengals beat up on the Atlanta Falcons, ending their 3-game winning streak, beating them 35-17. The big boys, Dallas Cowboys, that is, has redeemed themselves of last week's loss by beating the Detroit Lions 24-6. The Washington Commanders beat the Green Bay Packers 23-21. The Carolina Panthers, under a new coach, beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 21-3, giving Tom Brady one of his most ugliest losses of his career. Baltimore Ravens edged out T's team 23-20, beating the Cleveland Browns. And the Jets, surprising the Jets are 5-2, and they beat the Denver Broncos 16-9. And tonight's game, that is still going on. Well, actually, just finished up. The Miami Dolphins improved their record of 4-3 by beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And my Yankees are losing, and the Phillies have advanced to the World Series.
Let's shout out to my Phillies. The Phillies, Philadelphia. That is the pride of Philadelphia. We are going to the World Series to face either the Houston Astros or the New York Yankees. And it looks like the Houston Astros will probably advance. They are up right now 3-0 with their next game being the deciding game. So you may see the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies battling it out for the World Championship of Major League Baseball. Shout outs again to the Philadelphia Phillies for making it this far. Shout outs to the 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles, which is, we know, Maryland's team. I had to start off the week dressed in Eagles gear because of the bet that I lost. So shout outs to all of your teams in and around the country if they made it. Also, we know this was Helen's team. The New England Patriots play tomorrow night. So if you're looking out for Monday night's game, the New England Patriots plays the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football to end Week 7. Hopefully your team won today. If not, let's better luck next time. And also, the NBA is in full swing. We have two teams that were supposed to be good teams.
No. Word is that LeBron and Russ just got into a fight. So tune in to Game 7 where everything will be explained.
Not only did LeBron James and Russell Westbrook get into a fight, it looks like the 76ers may be getting rid of their coach pretty soon. Those two teams that have playoff aspirations and also great players playing on them have started off 0-3. So hopefully it can bounce back and get it to respectability. But it looks like those two NBA franchises are in flux right now. So if hopefully your NBA team is looking good, hopefully your NFL team is looking strong. And we'll tune in this Thursday at 7 p.m. for Game 7 to see in and around basketball and any and everything that has to do with basketball. All right? So, thank you for tuning in to episode 102. We'll see you again this Wednesday for Telemade Kicks. It's Game 7 on Thursday, and then see us right back here on Sunday. The whole full crew.
Oh, also, I need people who haven't subscribed to the channel to go ahead to subscribe to the channel. I don't know why we're stuck on this 1,890 something. Can we get to 2K, people? Get us up to 2K. Subscribe to the channel, people. Hit the live bell so you can get the live notifications. Subscribe, people. Subscribe.
And this is and we like to give over here. We don't just like to receive. We don't just like to take. We like to give, and we are a family, and that's what families do. We give to each other. We feed off of each other, and we just love on each other. So let's make this week one of those beautiful weeks where we feed off of each other's energy. We feed off of each other's love, and we also feed off of each other's prayers. Again, let's pray for the ones that need our help. Let's pray for the ones that need direction. Let's pray for the ones that's even doing well. Everybody could use prayer right now. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Oh, look what UnCensored Minds is doing. You see that? No other podcast ain't got stuff like this. This is going to be given out to a lucky fan real soon. That's what we're doing over here. Get your merch. Subscribe to the channel. Look at that. Bye, Katie.
What? It failed.
Katie,
Goodbye. I'm here.
Katie,
I
have a good night.
Here.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
We're trying to be serious, and you drop it.
It failed. Nell, it just
hold on.
failed.
Before we leave, I need some things to watch on Netflix and Instagram. Right now, Netflix is popping.
Listen, first of all, if you didn't see the season finale of Kanan, it was fucking off the hook. It was.
I didn't even watch it today. I was so.
It was it's a big ass war in the last episode of the season finale of Kanan. So if you haven't seen that, please watch it.
Okay.
Kanan. Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch.
Also, you know what you gotta watch too on Netflix? It's called The Watcher. That's awesome. That's a series on Netflix. It's like a six, seven series. Is awesome. That's dope. Kanan is crazy right now. BMF is coming on what January?
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Also, November 11th. If you haven't already got your tickets, please let's go out and support our very own. That is Black Panther. That is for Wakanda Forever. That comes hits theaters November 11th. That is the swan song of our good old buddy Chadwick Boseman. And this will probably be the last installment of the Black Panther franchise. So let's go out there and support it. It was a great movie, Black Panther, and let's make this set this sequel an even better one. Also, this Friday, the movie Till, the movie about Emmett Till's life, actually hits the big screen. It was on a smaller scale, what they did, but now they bring it to the big screen. Let's go out and support those type of movies as well, and try to bring him some justice. Other than
Let
that,
me add one to the list,
mm,
please. If y'all have not had the opportunity to check out Staircase on HBO Max, please check it out. You will see your girl KD beginning at the very end of episode 3, and I'm in episode 4 and 5. Also, Teal, you may see me in that. I had many opportunities to be on that, but I only chose to go on there once. So you may even see me in that. But check out Staircase. It's a documentary of Michael Peterson accused of killing his wife, Kathleen Peterson. So check it out. You'll see me in there on 3, 4, and 5.
Katie, what happened? She wouldn't suck his dick? I'm out. I'm out.
Thanks, y'all
You
funny.
have to look. I'm not going to tell you. You have
oh
to
Oh
look.
my god.
Bye, people.
Good night,
Bye bye,
y'all.
everybody.